and it's live. Blessings, everybody. I'm a guest here
Let's
on
get there before I do.
Return of the Cat's Eye channel.
Okay, let me mute.
Hmm.
All right. Hey, it started.
Yeah, it started.
Uh, that's good because it lags a little for me before I get in.
Yeah,
So
mine's still
good.
waiting too, for some reason.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, here we go.
greetings, everybody.
Hello,
Welcome
everyone.
to Cat's
Right.
Eye stream.
That's laced up. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. It's his first time here. So, but yeah,
Thank-
it was an awesome day. So, how was your day, Alex?
Um, yeah, my day was a bit hectic with the energy today, but now it's good. Now I can relax. But yeah, it was a bit hectic
Hi,
energy today,
Zulu. Yeah, it's
but
been
now
a
it's good.
weird day here. Well, that's good.
Yes.
Your energy.
Yes.
Hi, Zulu. Long time no see. Hope you're doing
Hey,
well.
greetings, Zulu One.
Yeah. You,
And
yeah.
y'all, you
I
had a
haven't
good
seen
weather
you.
today in the desert.
I didn't work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't work tomorrow. So I had my
Oh,
like 3 day off. Hi, Amber. So I got
oh,
three
that's
days
good.
off.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good, Zulu. I'm glad are you doing okay though? But yeah, I had days off. I needed it, I guess.
Yes, that's
Mm,
also very good. Otherwise, you work yourself to death. And that's not so good. Balance is key in everything. You
yeah.
know. Do you walk barefoot there? Do you ever walk
Oh yeah.
barefoot or?
Uh,
Oh,
My
okay.
my my foot is like Flintstone foot.
Flintstone. You have big
Yes,
foot. What's the
I
size
have
of your foot?
small. Oh, you don't want to know. I'm a six.
Hmm.
Got tiny.
The
I'm a
six?
six. Yeah, it depends on the shoes though. I can wear six, 6.5, sometimes seven. Height, foolishness, and JB. Yeah, I have small foot, but I got Flintstone a little wide on the sides.
Lol.
But I
Hey,
always work
Amber.
on barefoot. I always have barefoot when I was little too.
Yeah, that's actually good to walk barefoot. Uh,
Mhm.
get electrons from the earth. It's the same if you hug a tree, uh, where you play with your animals. Oh yeah, there was. Oh, okay. When bamboo comes, I'm gonna. There was a good video on also on aura, the aura with energy. When you're by the ocean, it also helps a lot there. When you're by the ocean with
Yeah.
with with the electrons, with the energy. They have seen with the calling photography, for example, that when you're by the ocean, your aura is much bigger, much brighter.
Interesting.
Well, even
Yeah.
though you step on the ground, you get that energy as well,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Well, this is something that the ocean like amplify or something.
Oh, I see. Hmm.
And you don't have to actually be in the ocean. You can be like
Can
on
you
the
guys
beach.
hear me perfect?
I can hear
Are
you
you
just
sure?
fine.
No, in the
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh,
Ah.
chat room. I'm sorry to
Oh
interrupt
yeah.
you. Sure.
To answer you, Jason, yes. You don't have to be in the ocean. Just by it.
oh, nice. I wonder if I'm close enough.
Well,
Oh,
lol,
that's
I think you live middle in America, so. Ugh. You're
nice.
far
well,
from it.
I live on the Gulf Coast, kind of.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, not
That's
far.
cool.
Not far. But yeah, I'm glad this week's
Hey, sorry, go ahead.
been good for me. This week's been good for me.
Nice.
Mm.
That's good. Well, you had a lot of day off, a lot of days to rest, ground your
Yeah,
energy, work
yeah,
on maybe
very.
creativity, do some researching, do some digging,
Yeah,
learning. This is a deep learning year for everybody actually. If you want, I can let me see.
the ocean is your favorite thing. I think it's everybody. I don't. I like the ocean, but I won't go in.
Yeah, the old let me see. Yeah, the salt must flow. Yeah, we originated all from the ocean, Alex.
I know, right,
Uh,
Amber?
I don't know if we all originated the the from the ocean. No, I don't think that. I think some humans has evolved to live in the ocean, but that's different. Like with the aquatic beings or the mermaids, which is
Mm-hmm.
real. They have the people know about it in Haiti, for example, or in Haiti. I've talked with people from Haiti, one from Haiti that has described me it, and it's the same story I've encountered. And these mermaids, they can transform. They have an underground facility where they live, and when they're in the ocean, they have their fins, but when they go to their city, they transform and they get their legs back. So, what I understand, they have taken humans there, and when they see that you're not useful anymore there, or you want to go, they send you back to the surface with a wisdom. You obtain a wisdom, like for you to assist and help humans. Like there was a lady that got the wisdom of
Mm-hmm.
to know which plants to heal you.
Mm-hmm.
She will know whatever you have, which plants that to heal you. So yeah, that's another type of beings, but I don't think we evolved from the ocean. Yes. So that's on that, on political foolishness. Hi, everybody. Blessing.
Thus, Lace Up says what?
We live in a false reality, but only at the moment we can make change, but we begins with ourselves. Yes, it comes down to with you putting your own energy. Your thoughts create your reality, right? Your emotion. So by changing your emotion and your thoughts, you can change your reality. It's science.
Mm.
And that's where the law of attraction come in, or with the quantum jumping, you know.
Yeah.
That there's different realities going at the same time, different version of you. So which version do you want? Well, how do you see yourself? So vibrate yourself with that version that you want and see yourself at that version. The more you do it, you create a momentum and you will bring that version in this reality.
Mm.
Yeah. Manifesting has to do all with the feeling. That's what it comes down to. I've been looking into law of attraction a long time. And it comes
Mm-hmm.
down to the feeling you have, the thought and the feeling in your heart. Like for example, there was a Native American. They he had meet up with Graham Hancock, a great person, great researcher. Graham Hancock, I think a lot of people know about him, and
Yeah.
they wanted to talk about the manifesting, and he wanted to show him something, and he came there. He put the foot in the ground, um, and just he had the feeling because the village there hasn't rained in a long time, so there was a bit drought. So um, the guy came and he put the foot in the sand, and he got the feeling as if it's raining, and that the ground is wet, and being thankful for it's already done. So he was in
Mhm.
giving out the energy that's already done and feeling as if it's happening. And then and then he did it and it done, and then they went and to eat somewhere. And he was like, "Oh," the guy was asking him, "Yeah, what did you do there?" And he was like, "Yeah, just feeling as if it's already done and nature will react."
Mhm.
And afterwards, yeah, a few hours afterwards, it started raining, and it rained hard too. It rained actually too much, and the guy then when they call him back, yeah, it started raining. Graham and Hancock was telling, yeah, call him back, and yeah, it started raining, but it rained too much, and the guy says, yeah, that's the key that they have to work on is yeah how you ask for it, but how can you say okay this sort amount, but that they will continue talking about. But the or with that story, the key was feeling as if it's already happened, and then letting it go, feeling it, imagine it, feeling it in your heart, and then
Mhm.
let it go.
Yeah. The two needs to connect both.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I hear you.
yeah. So we all have that ability. We can control the weather too, same as Jesus or Joshua. He also controlled the weather, and he also said what he can do, we can do also, and more. So we all have that capability.
Mhm.
Everything is alive. Like what the Hopi said, everything is alive.
That's right. Rocks, plants, anything
Everything,
that's on earth is
yeah,
alive.
everything has a consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember he said that.
Yeah. Oh, Lee Stop says, you've met Graham? Graham, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the one person I would like to meet. Graham, I believe his elite is the feeding of human waste. I agree with. Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know who he is, to be honest.
Yes.
I'm sure. I'm sure you've
No, you
seen him.
should. You
Yeah,
know
okay.
him, Jason?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's actually currently or recently been looking into um, the Americas as the original location where humans came from.
yes.
He sounds
That guy is.
familiar.
That guy is. He's awesome.
Yeah,
The first time I encountered him was a presentation he did in Italy, I think in 2008, The Divine Matrix. That I think was called the presentation, The Divine Matrix. It was in Milano, Italy. And therewith he talked about the power of the heart
Mm,
and, and healing. When he mentioned about, now I checked last, they closed it after 5 years. um, China, Beijing, China had a medicine-less hospital. They didn't use no medicine, and but they healed people with cancer, tumor, everything, but through the energy, through yeah, the process started when a woman, for example, is lying down on a table, and his belief is gonna work. They have
mm,
like a television there. You can see one is a
uh,
picture taken from the tumor in her tummy, and the one is live. Okay, and the guys there, three guys standing there, started chanting. It's already done, and started projecting a feeling.
already
It's
healed.
already done. Yeah,
oh,
already
no.
healed. And when they started chanting, within 3 minutes, you see on the screen, you see the tumor live, shrinking, 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 and then disappearing.
It does
And it
help.
happened
Yeah, I've seen that.
within 2 minutes. Well, they know how everything, they know with the energy around us and with the feeling, how you can change things, change the reality. And the Western side of the world, they will look at it as a miracle, but they know how it works. So it's
Well,
not a miracle.
isn't it like I don't know what they're called, but when they're putting their hands over your body to give it energy, I guess to heal your body, what is it called?
Energy healing.
Okay,
That's
so
that's with
there's
the chi.
many like that. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen
Up
that too.
acupuncture, the chi. Yes.
Reiki. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Reiki
yeah,
too. I know few Reiki masters that are practicing Reiki. You can do it remotely. You don't have to be with that person. But I don't know,
Okay.
maybe if you're with that person personally and you're passing your hand, not touching but over, if that, I think maybe that would also help you. But we're
yeah,
all connected, so we don't have to be there actually.
exactly.
That's true. I actually do distant healings.
This thing healing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I don't use the Reiki methods. I use a different method.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, you can use that too. You could, it comes down to manifesting. Like, um, for example, if you want to send healing for the person, yeah, you can just send healing intention for the person. Or I go, yeah, shortcut. You can apply the manifesting with everything. Is seeing that person already healthy in your mind, happy,
Mm-hmm.
laughing.
That's right. That's a big part of it right there.
Yeah, seeing it's already done, already healthy, and keep
Right.
sending that energy.
Same thing with your prayers. Um, Whenever you go
Yeah.
to pray for something, uh, and it doesn't matter what your religious belief is. Whenever you
That's just kind of,
pray as though it's actually already happening, and that you're thankful for what you're praying for has already
yeah.
come about.
Yes, that's the correct way of doing it actually with the prayer, because there's
Also,
a wrong way of doing it.
but also with prayer, you need faith to
True,
connect. Without
true,
faith, it's hard. It's very hard without
true.
faith. For energy and have faith and prayer to get to that person and heal, you have to have all three.
Yes, faith is very important. But
Yeah.
how do you get faith? How do you get faith?
Me by praying.
No, yeah, okay.
Hi,
Hmm.
backwoods.
Hey, Backwood. Hey, Tracy B. Positive vibration. Hey, Casey Dawson. Blessings. And we said we are here just few just wanted to stop and say what's important to call, but love chill with you all tonight. Cool, Casey. Blessings.
But yeah, we all have a part of this. What is it? It's like I tell Jason, we all have a piece of a puzzle in our hands, and that
Yeah.
puzzle connects constantly. And once that puzzle is all completely done, and just put it in your thoughts for a minute, and then you go to the fifth world. But the puzzle has to come together first. It has to, it's like unity, in other words, but I put it as a puzzle because we do have a puzzle, a piece of it.
Yeah. And now it comes down to what, okay, yes, in this reality, we all, through numerology, we all have a path. We live
Hmm.
different lifetime, and we all are on a mission in this reality to accomplish something,
Hmm.
to for our path, our lesson for growth. Earth is a growth. It's an experience, human experience and growth. But what is it the ultimate goal of the human experience? Is it to reach the rainbow body? Is that the ultimate goal?
Mm, that's an interesting question. I think it's kind of a glitch, personally. I think we're sent down here to experience this life as it is, and but people have found a way to see behind the curtain, and whenever they finally do, they're that's the last of them in this world. They ascend up and become that rainbow body and move on back back home.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's desirable to attain that state of enlightenment, because we're obviously here for a reason, and when you're done here, you go back home.
True. Or else,
Where
if
is
you're not done, you come back to
yeah.
finish. So, but yeah,
There, there has
but
been one ascended master because I see Jesus or Joshua as an ascended master.
oh, Queen's
See?
here.
All right, this is a good surprise.
Hello,
Conjuring Queen
Queen.
in the house.
No,
Howdy, Cajun.
Hi.
no,
Thank you for
Blessing.
coming.
no problem.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. A surprise. All right. We're just talking about we're
Ascended
going
Master.
on with the Jesus being an ascended master, um, and Buddha, and there were many other um, ascended master on this planet that we don't know much about, but seems like Jesus was like a powerful one. Um, oh yeah. Um, oh yeah. Okay. I said this first. Anybody heard of Saint Germain?
I have.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Jason have. Cat's eyes.
No, not that I know.
Uh,
Name the
Queen.
name doesn't sound.
It's I haven't heard of it, but I can't tell you off the top of my head right now.
Okay, he's like an he's, you can say, also ascended master. He has been reappearing in different centuries on this planet. He was also one time they saw him in Tibet. He was there for a few years, then disappeared. And one of the last time that he appeared was in uh, late 1700, early 1800,
Uh,
um, in
17,
France.
1710, 1784.
Yeah, around that, in France. And the people describe him as very intelligent. You can ask him anything; he has the answer on anything. He spoke many language. He played different instruments. He played the violin. That was he loved play violin very good.
Alchemist.
Um, Sorry.
He was also an alchemist.
Yes, he was also an alchemist. Exactly. And he was able to manifest things also. I think he manifested diamonds for women and things like that. The women was fond of him. Um, yeah, so that's one that the last one then, the latest then, that was appearing was, okay, I think in the Buddha with the rainbow body. I think, oh yeah, they had a recording of the rainbow body in Buddha, I think in the 1990s. Mid 1990s was also one recorded. Are you aware of that, Jason?
I didn't.
I'm not.
Okay, so no, that would be not last. But actually, why I mentioned Saint Germain? Well, he appeared a lot of times in the past, and I didn't get much information on it. But what I understand, if you ever heard of Nisara Gesara, he's the one behind it. Um, there's wealth for these people, for everyone on this planet. It should have been released in 2001, right before the 9/11, but the 9/11 happened. And what I
Mm-hmm.
understand in the future is going to be released, and he's one of the person behind it. And there's going to be wealth for everybody on this planet. Much on that I haven't gotten yet, but that's what I got till now. So yeah, there has been many ascended masters on this planet, and he's very important one. For sure, Jesus is one powerful one too. And
Hmm.
yeah, oh yeah. Kunjing also did. I don't know if you want to show your picture of your aura that you took Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, we want to see it.
Please, my camera.
Oh, oh yeah, now it's good.
You know my camera's lousy.
We don't care.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I was. We should be talking about the rainbow body. So what I was saying was, what if we already have the rainbow body and we just got to make sure it's balanced? And I was saying that because the orange picture I had went to took Friday, and it's showing the colors and all my chakras, and it
Hmm.
is rainbow color, right?
Right.
And my aura around with the light green, the violet, the dark blue, um, and my chakras they need balance and they're not balanced all the way. Um, but this could be the key to having a rainbow body is having all your chakras balanced and lined up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's one in the face, right? Is that what I'm seeing, Queen?
Oh, that's the third eye.
The third eye?
Yeah, that's the crown, the third eye, the throat chakra, the heart, sacral, um,
Solar plexus.
the
Root.
roots.
I see.
Yeah, it was just an idea for me
Mm,
That's awesome.
it is.
because I'm still trying to understand the rainbow body.
Yeah, I think we all are. It's good to hear what people think because none of us have the actual picture. Otherwise, we would have probably ascended by now. So I think all opinions are valid.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Oh yeah,
pretty sure.
and sorry.
No, go ahead, Howard. Oh,
Oh, just fast. When it's Queen at the picture, there you could have see also which chakra you need to work on, right? Due to
Yeah.
the color.
Hmm. And health.
oh,
I
I
need to
see.
work on health, and my heart chakra is still a little bit out of balance, and the third eye chakra is a little bit out of balance. The crown chakra is lit, the solar plexus chakra is lit, and the root chakra is lit.
Wow.
But it shows that I was coming out of um, dealing with something, which was death, because I just had to bury somebody, and it's showing like I still got like a little bit of darkness, and this is the aura part of the picture. The light green is showing that's the death part that I just dealt with because I just buried somebody on the 25th of last month. So I'm getting over that part, moving above uh, through that part, and it's still something I'm dealing with right here. That I got to get over or get past.
Hmm. Now, is that a photo that you took of yourself?
No, they was doing
Oh,
these, and I
oh,
decided
okay.
I
Gotcha.
was going to go get it done because I've
Mm-hmm.
never got one of these done before,
Mm-hmm.
and I was curious how they worked, so I went and got one done.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
So for me, it kind of hit pretty well when she broke down the image and everything and what the colors meant. And
So,
so what I do, I work on myself, and then I plan to go get another picture taken to see did I or was I able to correct those areas and
Right.
lighten up the aura. That's my plan.
awesome.
Kind of a before and after.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it
you're
like
gonna do
a,
it before and after.
Hmm.
So is it like a cleansing queen?
Oh, what?
Like you detox or whatever, uh, your
Cleansing.
body cleansing.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. And, getting over the death because it's kind of a double whammy on me because I lost somebody the same time last year.
Mm,
And the year before then, I lost my grandbaby. So these 3 years has been hard around the same time.
I see.
Around the same time. We literally just buried her on the day my other friend passed last year.
Wonder why though, Queen?
Hmm. I
I
don't
wonder
know.
why. There has to
It,
be some kind of a sign there.
it could be. And I've been trying to figure that out. Why
Mm-hmm.
March?
Mm-hmm.
March seems to be heavy on me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Mm.
In astrology, is the ending and the new beginning in with the stars. That month should be the new year and the old year coming together in March. I don't know. It's strange, but
Mhm.
it's something that to have to overcome. I know it's not easy, but yeah,
Death,
a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna be transitioning on coming month.
that part. Yeah, my son just called
But
me today saying somebody else died. And this was like a child that I remember in diapers. He got killed. I'm like, okay,
yeah, a lot of people are gonna be transitioning.
yeah,
But for the your picture to be when you're fully balanced, that what did the lady says? What color should it be emitting if it's fully balanced? What
like lavender, light purple, lavender, something like that.
left? Okay, indigo,
Yeah,
Indigo.
indigo. That's
Which
how
is
they
the
recognize it,
which is the
right?
color of a rainbow. That's part
Yes,
of the rainbow.
Yeah.
Indigo.
hmm
that's how they can recognize indigo children because they emit an indigo color. The
Mm, yeah.
indigos. Hey, that's
So,
interesting.
so what are you doing to work on your chakras?
First, I got to finish letting go that I couldn't stop anything from happening or stop anybody from dying. Um, me, because she was 1 year younger than I was. So getting over the grieving process, that's a start.
Agree with that.
It all fall in place after that.
I study traditional Chinese medicine, specifically acupressure, and so I can understand that fully because these negative emotions, sadness, loss, things like that, as of course all the anger and hatred and fear, they get caught up in your energy system, and they will
hmm
cause physical symptoms, energetic symptoms.
Yeah,
I agree. I think you're off to a good start if that's where you're starting.
I think that's one thing that's hard to master,
Mm,
Yeah.
especially depending on who you lose.
true.
That's
It's
that's one way to look at it. Um, I don't believe that this is our natural environment. I believe that we were sent here uh, specifically to learn something, to teach something, to experience uh, a world that we're not used to being in, and that where we come from is far superior to this. Um, I have, I've listened to literally thousands of hours of near death experience, and they all tell the same general story. Howdy, Bamboo. Oh,
Hey, Bam.
guess he's gone. Um,
Hey, you bow
Oh,
down, you're
Bam.
gone.
No, I
I,
probably
you,
did it. My
yeah, you did
fingers.
it. Yeah,
Like
you have big
Alex.
fingers.
So
Who
No,
else?
Cat,
it's small.
Cats, Jason, Alex, Cajun, everybody in
Hey,
chat.
hey,
Blessings.
Bam. Thank you. Thanks for
Alex
sending
sent
it.
me, so I just got it. So I'll be listening in. I'll chime in. I
See,
don't
it's
want to
not me.
mess up the
I didn't
flow.
touch it. I don't know.
yeah, and I think that whenever we leave this world, we leave behind a lot of pain,
There you go, Bam.
meaning that we won't experience that pain anymore. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that those who pass are in a far better place when they leave here. No more pain.
Yeah,
They
no
say
more
that
slipping.
I
a
don't
lot of
doubt
the
that.
emotions, a lot of
Neither
the
do I.
emotions that we experience when we're here, we don't really experience those on the other side. They say
I
they
don't
have.
doubt that at all.
Yeah.
I actually, when my godson passed away, he was 23, and
Wow, so young.
as he was crossing over, he was just in awe on how with the beauty he was seeing as he was crossing over.
Yeah.
Mm,
You couldn't pay him to come back over here if he wanted to. It
Oh, I
was he
can't.
saw what was on the other side. He wasn't coming back.
Yeah. It's hard to lose somebody um, because naturally you miss them and you want to be with them and you want
Mhm.
to share experiences with them and have all that everything that comes along with that. Uh, but from what I understand, this life is very short, and you will see them again.
mhm.
I believe that too.
Oh yeah. Maybe we will see them back again before we even transition, because we're all here for a reason. And I know we not supposed to die at 100 years old or 80 or 90. Minimum 120, but where we're going, I think we're gonna live like 300 to 1,000 years for sure.
Hmm.
Yes.
Interesting. Can I just
Yes.
say real quick, what's up, everybody in chat? Annie, Backwoods, Amber, Trace, Skin. Anybody I missed? Blessings.
Oh yeah. Trace says it's exhausting. Queen, my brother passed May 2019. My dad passed Thanksgiving. Oh damn.
Yeah, it is
Mm,
exhausting. Yeah.
it is. I lost 6 in 2 months.
Oh,
Hmm.
they.
Yep. It is hard, but also, again, for me, I'm gonna talk about me. When you lose somebody and it hurts, I it makes me more stronger because uh, let's go back a little. When my dad died, it turned me up really hard. But you know what? I had to go through it to understand a little bit more as a woman what life is about and accept the life that you went through, even though it was a hard time. But losing someone like my mom, my parents are no longer here, my youngest brother, other families, but we all do miss them. but at the same time, they're with you. I my dad comes to my dreams a lot. Um, other people, but I think when they come to your dreams, they're just telling you and letting you know they're okay. They're safe, they're okay, you know, and they'll be there for you. But
That's
that's what
yeah.
I go through, and it
Oh, that's
makes me
good.
stronger.
No, you're right because I've heard a lot of people getting communication with the people that has transitioned through dream. They come
Hmm.
through the dream. So
Well, it's like I was in California when my dad died, and it was Friday. He talked to me. He was sick, but like me, I was only 17. I said, "No, Dad, I want to stay in Cali." Blah blah blah. So I ended up staying, and they called Sunday night. I went to school like normal, and as they called me to the office, I opened the double doors in the school. Right there, it was my dad. So he came to me, and yeah, and he passed. So they do. Their spirit will go to that loved one to let them know, basically a visitor, visiting you, but to say goodbye, basically. And I never had the closure with my dad until I asked grandfather to let me say goodbye because I was hurt more because I didn't get to see him, right? And so I ended up seeing him in a dream. He came, the the roof opened, and he sent it down. We talked like normal, like we're talking. And then, because I asked grandfather, I wanted that, and I knew my dad wasn't in peace. So, anyways, it opened. We chat, and he goes, "I'm gonna go rest." And I told him not to go. He's, "I'll be back." And then he came. The same dream. He came back, and we started to chat. But this is what he said. He goes, "I'm tired. I want to rest." And told him not to go, to take me with him because I really did want to go. But he said, "I want to go. I just got to rest." So right there, when I woke up from my dream, I never cried no more because I made my peace with my dad. Saying goodbye. So from there on, I didn't cry no more. It was just hindering my spirit constantly with my dad. So finally, I got to say goodbye in a dream. So dreams are very strong. Um, it's just the way you take it, or the way you see what you feel. So yeah.
that's very interesting because you didn't have closure and you asked source, grandfather,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
closure and you got it in your dream. That's good.
Yeah, and he needed it too, though. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But yes,
Mm.
Queen, you'll be fine. You're a strong woman. You'll overcome everything.
Well, I'm fine. It's just, still going through the motions.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not,
So
like tore down and everything, but still the human side of me still gets emotional.
yeah.
I'm glad, Trace.
What's up,
But
Lucia D? Cheers.
let me
Hey,
One
fun
thing
see.
in the
We're
is,
chat.
gonna go.
one thing
Blessing.
that's kind of weird is it can get awkward because like even me, like I had a couple friends pass away in the last couple months. My uncle passed away like that's been about a month ago, and I won't even be able to go see his funeral. It's in Chicago, like I think later this week. I can't even make it, but it's kind of awkward. Like you got phone numbers of friends that are gone, like in your phone, and you look at it sometime, just like it's kind of that weird feeling.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily sadness. Sometimes it's just like a weird void you feel.
Emptiness, yeah. Blank.
Yeah.
Hmm. Um, Going back to our topic about the rainbows. Um, like I was mentioning, Alex, earlier, you and Jason, that the rainbows of your eyes is also can be considered as a rainbow because everyone has different eye color, right? And even I didn't even know there's people that with red eyes. But if you look at everybody's different eye colors, that's also a rainbow.
Hmm. And then there's some
Because
that
they
have
all
two
look
different eye,
different.
But
Mhm.
the
two eye
color
colors.
of our eyes. Sorry, Bimbo?
Some people have two different colors. You know, one eye is one color, another has another color. It's kind of weird.
That's true. I don't know what they call that, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen that. My sister had a cat with one green, one blue. It was cool. Um, oh yeah, but he's with the eyes, with the eye color. Is the eye color that we have now our true color? Depending if we're
It
eating
depends.
a lot of,
Different.
like I think most of us not. Because I think every one of us here, because we're not on a raw vegan diet. Because I've seen on a raw vegan diet that you detox your whole
Mhm.
body, that you're not getting any like meat or negative energy or
Yeah.
things sprayed on. That there was a girl, she has a channel. You can find her, Fully Raw Christina. She prepares different meal, fully raw, and she has dessert, everything you can think of, but fully raw, different dishes. And she had a video where she went from stop eating meat and going fully raw, and how her eye color changed from dark
Mhm.
brown to now a light blue, a blue greenish,
Wow,
very
that's
beautiful.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then I better
So
eat
by
that to my. I want blue
uh,
like this, Alex. I got darker
yeah,
eyes.
I will want the turquoise eyes, the turquoise.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take that too.
Well, you can do it two ways. Is one way is detoxing, which I think all of us has to detox. And I was telling Jason Catsize about the Mexican girl. I think Lois knows about it too. I've told Lois, yeah, about it. This Mexican girl had dark brown eyes, and she used subliminal to change her eye color, and within
Really?
8 months she changed her eye color to dark brown to green, light green. Very beautiful.
Wow.
So that you can do with subliminal too.
That's kind of the
Pro
color I have. Dark brown,
Programming,
kind of hazelish
or
hint of
what
green.
color would you want it?
Like you said, I'll take the turquoise or whatever. You know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Sky blue,
Yeah, yeah,
something like that.
yeah, yeah, man. That would be cool. Yeah, man, you can do it. You know, hey, this true. You see, I have different things to work on, but when I accomplish, like, I think next month I should accomplish a lot of my things already. That I can start with that because I already started, but I stop, and then that thing is you have to do it for constantly each day for almost a year or 8 months, for example. But in 6 months, doing it in 6 months or 3 months self, you're gonna start seeing results.
You
But you
think
have
you're
to
gonna?
do it.
Are you gonna
Yeah, you
try
have
it?
to read. Yeah, man. I want to change my eye color to green blue.
Okay. Well, if this
Woo!
happens, I'll be a witness. We'll all be a witness, and
I
then
should
when
try
you're
mine. I
done,
don't know what
you can
color.
teach us how to do it.
Yeah, man. It's cool. It's
I
cool. It's
think
a
green
challenge,
would be
man.
really cool too, like a nice, like kind of brightish
Yeah.
green, not too dark.
Oh.
I think that would be really cool. I don't know.
So nobody wants purple eyes.
No,
Ah,
I'm not a big
Purple
purple
eyes.
guy.
hey, actually, there's JC making fun, but
Yeah,
I
that's my
think there's
favorite color.
actually people born with purple eye. I've heard about that. People with purple eye, purple iris.
Maybe like a.
No, serious. There's people with red eye. There's purple eye too, but not that much. I know that would look weird. They would think I'm a vampire or something.
That could be weird. You want me to just
Yeah,
play this like some background footage?
sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know, just some background stuff. I don't know, some random sky
Yeah.
stuff I found. But I don't think I'd take purple. Not me.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah.
I just keep my eyes the way they are. Grandfather gave them to me.
Uh,
I figured
Yeah,
that's
or
what they
that.
did.
I
no,
think I'm
yeah,
probably
but
the best at it.
if you're fully detox, that you eat like I don't know, no meat, no processed food, and your eyes Yeah, I'm pretty sure your eyes, Jason, would also change color. It'd go with the natural color, how it
Well,
should be.
my eyes actually do change color. Sometimes they're green, and sometimes they're hazel with like golden flecks in them.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
really?
Yeah,
I wish mine
That's
I
cool.
changed.
have I have no idea what causes it, but it happens.
Could it be your mood or your clothing
Yeah,
that you wear?
it's not the clothing. I know that for a fact. It could be the mood.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. I've never experimented to find out what causes it.
That's interesting as
Interesting.
well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's something to try with subliminal programming the subconscious mind, programming yourself what you want to be, seeing yourself there. You know, I'm gonna do. No, it's what we have 8 months. Yeah, yeah. If I start to do it now, right now, maybe by December I have blue eyes. We'll
Well,
see.
Hi, Dragon.
I'll be tracking your progress.
Well,
Why is
yeah, that
there
will be something.
ads on this copyright-free stuff? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh yeah. Um, I have two videos on one on the
Oh, yeah,
rainbow
yeah.
body and one on the Ascended Master Afra. And I found another one talking about the bios, aura bio science research. This is a small one. I show it on my channel. Where is it?
Cool.
Ugh.
Well, yeah, if you want to play it,
Oh yeah,
then as long as it's good with
yeah. You
cats, I
were
can
talking
play it.
about um, yeah, because the aura. That
What's up,
one I
Dragon?
didn't send. I didn't send Queen. Okay, I put it in the chat.
All right.
Hey, Dragon Classy. Queen. There.
What's up?
Do you can you then prepare the other one? The one of the Rainbow Children.
Okay, get
Not the
this
Rainbow
loading up.
Children. I mean the Rainbow Body. Uh, Rainbow Body.
Okay.
That's better here. Yeah,
Sounds
sorry.
interesting. I don't know much about, but interesting.
The second one. And Afro for last.
Yeah, that's the one that Alex had put up.
Oh, this is small scientific where they measure with the human aura. I've played this once on Math, I think a long time ago, and on my channel I've played it a few times. So I know it's possible. Yeah, there's really human aura recordings, bioenergy fields, filmed by
All right.
scientists.
Interesting. You guys want me to play it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go.
The following film shows the human energy field radiating outward from the body. It dynamically changes based on the physical conditions, the feeling states, the motivations of the person, in interaction with energy radiation from objects and living things. The existence of the human energy field, or the aura, was validated and studied by over 12 years of high-frequency recordings. This film shows the field not ordinarily seen, but now visible Like all living things, this little dog has a sizable radiant field, even when he sits quietly. Notice now, as he greets his master, the obvious love and affection between them increases the dynamic radiation from their bodies, even the dog's tail and the man's head. No wonder so many people have pets who give them pleasure and provide a vital field of energy to interact with. Wherever there is motion in the universe, there is increased flow in the field that humans interact with. See the explosive activity from the waves and from his body. Also, the electromagnetic field of the body is negatively charged or ionized, as are waves or tumbling water, which further expands and heightens his field, giving a physical exuberance and emotional excitement. No wonder that a day at the beach is so exhilarating and vitalizing. We all love a babbling brook and the freshness of outdoor vegetation in mountains. Most of us believe that it is relaxation and beauty which refreshes us. From our research, we have discovered that living plants in rarefied atmosphere provide a richer field of negative ions, which heightens and replenishes our own energy field. Notice that the man's field becomes light in color and high in frequency. It sparkles and radiates some distance from his body. See that as the child moves into the mother's field, the affection between them changes the overall field to a pink color. Individuals' fields blend and enhance when there is a warm, caring relationship. These energy fields are the largest and the whitest that we have shown.
Interesting.
She is Omi. On the breath inhalation, the radiant field diminishes, and on exhalation, it expands and envelops the child. We have known for a long time that Gregorian chants, oming, humming, singing, and whistling create an energy which perks up emotions and brings an expanded consciousness.
Oh, that
Study
was
music
very
theory,
interesting.
harmony, and
Never really seen
Yeah.
that before.
I think maybe
I kind
that's
of
why I like
understand.
music. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I like
You know what
music a lot.
happens when you smoke a bong rip?
Yeah.
Kind of energy field you get.
Le- Yeah. Singing, having fun, all of it heighten your energy.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
know
Jason's
in
snack.
sorry?
No, Jason's snack.
What happened?
That you said you were Jason. Snack is Jason.
That
Yes.
it always.
See, that aura actually was coming from the heart.
Oh
It
yeah.
was, it was centralized on the heart. The heart actually is a more powerful computer than the brain is. Or it's just the brain deals with logic, and the heart is said to deal with the emotions.
Yeah. It's like a filter for all that energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we all have a vibration and stuff, and of course our mood is probably a big factor in how we radiate that energy. Yeah, cool video.
I agree.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of the Heart Math Institute at all?
It rings a
Yes.
bell.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
they did a study, and what they found was that the heart is like the center of your bioelectric field or your aura, whatever you prefer to call it,
Hmm.
and that as you develop your uh, consciousness into your heart, you actually affect the magnetic field of the earth, the electromagnetic field of the earth. And one of the studies they did was with a group of meditators, and they got like 1,000 people meditating during one of the heavy engagements in the Middle East at the time. I believe it was like Operation Desert Shield or what was the other one? Operation Desert Strike.
Desert Storm, maybe?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been Desert
First
Storm.
Gulf War?
I'm not sure exactly which one they did, but they chose a time, and all these meditators meditated on peace in the region at the time, and they drastically noticed a reduction in casualties during those times.
Interesting. Yeah, I know the collective energy that we all have. If it's guided to one idea or one goal, I think powerful things can happen, just like that example you just shared.
Mhm.
I mean, it's sad that they use it for the worst. You know, they manipulate us for all the worst energy.
Oh yeah. Well, that's coming to an ending. The cabal is
Yeah.
falling. Yes.
And
Oh yeah. You want to show the video?
But
The
let me
one.
say one thing before we do.
Oh yeah.
There was a Cherokee medicine elder. His name was Grandfather Rolling Thunder, and one of the things that he said, and this is a direct quote: "This is the earth healed again, growing green and blue. I want you to remember this exactly as it is, and then go and tell the people that if enough of us hold this image in their minds, we can heal the earth and make it like it was a long time ago."
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
both grandfather and grandmother gives us energy.
Yeah.
She gives us, if we walk, she lets us breathe. Grandfather gives us it different ways as well. But yeah.
Yeah, we take the material that we call our physical body from the earth,
Hmm.
and it's on loan from the earth, and I think that the earth nourishes um, our body. Our spirit is nourished by Grandfather or God or whatever name that you have, Source, the Creator.
Hmm.
You ready?
Hmm.
I am ready.
Let's do it.
How is it created? And can anyone achieve the rainbow body, or is it only for spiritual masters? Stay tuned because all the answers are up next. I'm certain there's many of you who don't exactly know what the rainbow body is, so I'm going to tell you. It's basically the transformation of the physical body into what's known as a light body. Some people think of this as enlightenment. When regular people pass away, which is 99.9% of us, let's face it, they undergo a physical death and a resulting reincarnation process eventually. The usual wheel of life and death, or the wheel of karma, that we all go around and round. However, those who are able to create this rainbow body are reborn into a higher dimension of existence, no longer needing to reincarnate to Earth. This is the best and optimal situation, and perhaps the ultimate goal of nearly every spiritual adept. It's basically going to another level and leaving the birth, death, and reincarnation cycle on the Earth plane. In fact, many of the world's greatest spiritual figures in history were fully aware of this phenomenon and were specifically working to achieve it. You may even be unaware that almost every spiritual tradition has its own name for the rainbow body. This is just the name that the Tibetan spiritualists gave it. Taoists from China call it the diamond body, and people who attain it are known as the immortals. I first read about the Taoist perspective on this in the works of Daniel Reed, back in the 90s, particularly in the Tao of Health, Sex, and Longevity, and it is quite fascinating. In the religion of Sufism, the rainbow body is called the most sacred body. The yogis, who I identify the most with, call it the divine body. In Kriya Yoga, which was passed on to us by Babaji, it is known as the body of bliss. Now, even the ancient Egyptians from thousands of years ago knew about it and called it the luminous body. And I can continue on giving more examples here. The Gnostics called it the radiant body. It's even mentioned in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, where it was referred to as the golden body. So if all these ancient spiritual traditions had a name for it, and many of them were separated by thousands and thousands of miles and centuries, even thousands of years in time, it seems very unlikely to me that the rainbow body is not a true phenomenon. Yet most people, I would venture to say, have never heard of it. And this is perhaps because attaining the rainbow body is something rare and special, at least to us in Western society. However, even the ancient Christians knew about it and referred to it as ascension. In case you think the rainbow body is just a myth, it's been speculated that it has been achieved by no less than 160,000 people in China and Tibet throughout their history, with many of those cases being documented in the country's literature. Let's take a look now at what happens when a spiritual adept attains the rainbow body, and then we'll talk about how to cultivate it. Because when it's all said and done, anything that you've achieved in this life will probably pale in comparison to attaining the rainbow body. And it only has to be done once. However, we'll soon see it's not going to be easy. Most of the time, the person who attains the rainbow body will have completed the process while meditating alone in a cave. And the physical body then dissolves into its natural state, which is that of clear light. The rainbow body is called that because people who witness others attaining it see the person's body slowly dissolve, and a new rainbow-colored energetic form then takes its place. And it's said that as the physical body dissolves, it transforms from its gross manifestation of bones and flesh into pure essence as 5 different colors: golden yellow, red, white, green, and blue. As the body dissolves, a rainbow mix of the 5 colors I mentioned form, and all that remains of the physical body are only 2 parts, the fingernails and the hair. And it's thought that Jesus went through this process, as did thousands of other high-level spiritual adepts since his time. And I personally believe that people have been attaining the rainbow body well before the time of Jesus, probably going all the way back to the time of Atlantis and even earlier, tens of thousands of years ago. Even as late as 1998, the Tibetans have been reporting transforming into rainbow bodies. David Wilcock documents some specific cases in his books, The Source Field Investigations and The Synchronicity Key. When the rainbow body is forming, it's typical that beautiful music can be heard, rainbows are appearing in the sky, and there are even perfume-like smells that have been noted. And I've read of many such accounts in the books I've come across. One of those amazing books is called Graceful Exits: How Great Beings Die. And if you want to see an interesting video on some of the more interesting cases from that book, check out the video I made right here on how great beings die. According to the accounts I read, not everyone attains the rainbow body in the same way. Sometimes it happens all at once in an instant. And on other occasions, it can occur over the course of 7 days, where the person is usually wrapped in a shroud and gradually dissolves or diminishes. Now, nobody attains the rainbow body without being involved for a very, very long time in highly advanced spiritual disciplines. And in one such instance of a Tibetan Lama attaining the rainbow body, he was able to come back and communicate with his old friends through dreams and visions. And in those communications, he told his friends it took him 60 years of intensive practice to achieve the rainbow body. However, he did say he was not sure if that's the case for everyone. My personal opinion on this is that achieving the rainbow body is something that takes many lifetimes. We all need many lifetimes to experience this world for what it is and learn its lessons before we get to the final stage, which of course is achieving the rainbow body. And after we've had countless romantic relationships, we've attained material wealth, perhaps status, power, we'll eventually come to see the temporary nature of our happiness and fulfillment in this lifetime. And only when we reach that point, we can strive towards a spiritual life, as the only true happiness is found inside ourselves and in helping others. And it is my conclusion that the final few lifetimes of all great spiritual beings are absolutely spent focused only on spiritual pursuits. It is not just a necessity to reach the next level, but a requirement, as the achievement of the rainbow body is an all-out, full-time commitment with total faith in the universe that you'll eventually be rewarded at the end of your journey here on Earth. Of all the people who attained the rainbow body and all the accounts I've read about, not one of them was a normal person. All of these people were involved in matters of the spirit, whether as a nun, a lama, a monk, an adept, yogi, or in some other spiritual capacity. So if you think you're going to achieve the rainbow body in this lifetime, well, I wouldn't want to discourage you, but I wouldn't put the odds in your favor either. I mean, who am I to say it couldn't happen? But for the most part, unless you're meditating most of the day, contemplating the divine nearly every hour, and are a true spiritual adept, I have to be honest, it's going to be difficult. You'll also need to be loving, forgiving, and of course pure of heart with no evil thoughts or intentions. From what I've read, it takes absolute laser focus, and not only that, but the momentum provided from previous lifetimes of spiritual involvement to reach this grand pinnacle of achievement. So where does that leave you, me, and everyone watching this video? I think, first of all, it's marvelous that we just know about the rainbow body, because simply by knowing about it, that it's a real thing and happens to actual people, we can aspire to one day achieve it for ourselves. And while we may not drop everything, move to a monastery in the Himalayas, and devote ourselves completely to God, we could instead take small steps in our life right now. And that could mean meditating for 10 or 15 minutes a day, maybe reading some of the great spiritual books out there. And we can take these small steps now, and eventually, hopefully, they will lead to bigger steps in the future. And maybe not in this lifetime, but in our next, or maybe the one after that, we too can experience the vaulted rainbow body and forever leave the birth, death, reincarnation cycle that we're currently going through. And wouldn't that be awesome? You know, some of you might be wondering if the rainbow body has anything to do with fourth density awareness from the Law of One. David Wilcock certainly believes so, and he talks a bit about it in some of his books. Now, if you want to watch a good video on the Law of One, you can click here. I made one a couple of months ago. Suggest you watch it after this video. Now, before I go, I'm just curious about something. Do you believe that those people who attain the rainbow body are moving into fourth density as the Law of One talks about? Or do you think that these people have become enlightened and they go back to the source? That's the question I'm asking you. You could post your answer in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it. Well, that's it for me. Namaste, my friends. I'll see everyone in the next video.
So, what do you think, Alex? Is it the source?
It depending, because what I understand it is when we leave here we just continue to into another realm and continue learning. Yes. So it's depending on the state you are in your
It's a very
life.
interesting video.
Yeah.
Yeah, no? Yeah, not a lot
Okay.
of people know about the rainbow body. But
I
yeah,
don't know what I think about the rainbow body, though. You know, it's an interesting concept.
is that the ultimate achievement?
Is that nirvana? They're saying ultimate nirvana. What's the difference?
What's Nirvana?
I mean, isn't that like what monks have been shooting for? That to reach nirvana. I guess it's heaven of the mind, but I don't know exactly.
Hmm.
Maybe it's
Could be.
I don't know.
Could be. We're all going there automatically. We all have a free ticket. Well, it's not free, but we're getting force on it anyway.
Hey, cheers,
Um,
Kimberly.
But
man, cheers, Kimberly.
also the rainbow, the color of the rainbow means a lot of good things. Like, uh, what is it? I just had it all earlier. I read a bunch of it. The colors, what it means, each color, but it has the good positive energy.
Yeah.
But I was trying to find it right now and I couldn't find it. So I can let you know what it was.
Zeus Scott. Zeus Scott. Cheers.
Who? Hey Zoo, long time.
Blessings, Zoo.
Can't speak.
Voice. Well, Alex, what else were we going to talk about? Or Jason, because we had a lot to say, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, the rainbow body is just a phenomenon that they have been
Are we
recorded
done
there.
talking about the rainbow?
Okay,
Oh, sorry.
I know that we got some information about the rainbow through through the Bible, and most of it it's all connected. Uh, but there's colors on like what's his name? Moses, his coat was full of colors. And then in Daniel, I don't remember, but we found a lot of information which Jason probably knows right now because Jason has more of not losing the thoughts or forget really. I do.
Better memory.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was Joseph's coat of many colors as well. There was passages when they saw Jesus, not Jesus, when they saw God, um, um, and of course the medallion that Aaron wore to protect himself from the Ark of the Covenant. Had a rainbow of gems on it. Each one of those, I believe, represented one of the tribes of the Israelites.
Hmm.
But the one that stuck out to me most was the one where they saw God, and he was a very bright white light with a rainbow around him, and it reminded me of the rainbow body.
Mhm.
We also looked into various other cultures and what they thought of the rainbow, and there's all sorts out there, but the main gist of it seemed to me that most of them saw the rainbow as a conduit to the other world, where one could either pass uh, to the other world, their consciousness could pass to the other world, or messages could be sent through the rainbow.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
And when you
Indeed, it
think
is.
about it, scientifically, when white light passes through a prism, it refracts. When it
Yeah, it
comes out
breaks
the
the
other
light
side,
that
it's
you get the
broken down
colors.
into its individual frequencies. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rain is a breakdown of pure white light.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with
But
Walter Russell, the physicist?
No, can't say I am.
no.
He came about in Einstein's time, and obviously Einstein took the major part of the audience. But Walter Russell wrote a book called The Universal One, and he says that he was inspired by God, by communicating directly with God. And what he talks about, his model of the universe, is that it is all light.
Interesting.
Why?
And of course, he breaks the light down into its two separate components, magnetism and electricity. And he says that magnetism is where the consciousness, where the mind is. Magnetism is what directs the tools. The tools being the oppositely charged electricity, positive electricity and negative electricity. And it's the electricity which does the work, but the magnetism which directs it.
Yeah, that's I see that. Yeah.
And of course,
Alex is thinking.
Lol.
I mean, think of how much of our body has metals in it too. You know, our
Yeah.
blood.
that's true. That is true. And the metals, ultimately, whenever you magnify down far enough, it's just energy, little discrete packets of energy, and there's a lot of space in between those, what we call particles.
Yeah, just some electricity and some magnetic energy, or
Yeah.
electromagnetic, I guess you can say. But yeah, that's
Yeah, we
essentially
are.
all metal.
And what you said about Jason about the Heart Math Institute. Yeah, they also discovered that the heart um, magnetic field, I think, is, or is the opposite? I think the magnetic field. Yeah, the magnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than the brain, and the electrical field is 100 times stronger than the brain. The heart is very powerful.
I believe
Our
that.
heart. Yeah. When you have it aligned with the brain and the heart, there's some meditation for that to align the brain and the heart. You set intention, you can easily is manifest there, but you have to be in a good state. Yeah, look at the ocean. Oh yeah, I have one video more of an ascended master. I think this is the only one that came out of Africa. Have you heard of Afra?
Okay.
I have
No, I
not, but
never
I've been
did.
looking forward
Don't
to
think so.
seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you need me to play it or
Oh,
someone else can play
sorry.
it?
I don't know if
Whatever you want.
Kunjing, you have it ready, or do you want me to let
Oh yeah, there it goes. Cool.
Bamboo play it?
Looks
I
like we
got it.
got it.
Oh, okay, Kunjing, all right. That's it's not long, 9 minutes. He's gonna talk about Afra and the history.
So
Okay.
it's have instead of saying Africa, it's Afra, right?
Bro.
Yeah, apparently that's where the number Africa came from. It's from him, Afra.
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
That's
Yeah,
the
there's
case. I didn't
some.
know that either. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Hey, be right back. You want, you can play it.
Okay.
Cool.
Patron of Africa. Excerpt from The Masters and Their Retreats. Profile of the Ascended Masters. Afra, Patron of Africa. Afra was the first member of the black race to make his ascension long ago. He offered name and fame to God to sponsor a vast continent and ascended, he asked to be called simply a brother, frater in Latin, hence the name Afra. The continent of Africa takes its name from Afra, and he is the patron of Africa and of the black race. There were ancient golden ages in Africa when it was a part of the continent of Lemuria, when the people came forth out of the light of the great causal body of the great divine director. The great divine director continues to sponsor the divine plan for the continent of Africa, even as he sponsors the divine plan for the descendants of Afra in America. Many people have ascended from the black race, although from a spiritual perspective there is no such thing as the black race or the white race. In heaven, the masters are not noted by their race or previous religion. All of the races on earth have come forth from the heart of God under the 7 rays, or 7 paths of initiation. Those who are of the white race came forth for the mastery of the yellow, wisdom, pink, of love, and white, of purity flames. Hence the various mixtures and tone qualities of their skin. Their evolutions were intended to place upon the altar of God the gift of their self-mastery in the way of wisdom, love, and purity. Those of the yellow race, the people of the land of Chin, or China, serve on the ray of wisdom, while those who have the red-colored skin are intended to amplify the pink flame of divine love. The members of the black race have come forth on the blue ray and the violet ray. In an ancient civilization on the continent of Africa, the people's skin actually had a blue or a violet hue. These people came from the Father, Mother, God, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first ray and the 7th ray. Just as each individual serves on a particular ray, so individual nations also have their calling or dharma. Each nation is called by God to manifest a specific virtue to fulfill a certain destiny. The members of what is now known as the black race were sent to earth to master the qualities of God's power, his will, and his faith on the blue ray, and the quality of God's freedom, justice, and mercy on the violet ray. Throughout the ages since his departure from Eden, man has wandered from his high estate, and the pure colors of the rainbow rays are no longer reflected either in the skin tone or in the aura. Division has set in through the divide and conquer tactics of the fallen ones. Instead of the races embracing one another as brothers and sisters, there is division. One race enslaves another race, and the great unity of all children of God and their oneness in the flame is destroyed. Afra lived 500,000 years ago, when the people of this ancient civilization had reached a crossroad. Fallen angels who had divided planet Earth divided the people. These evil angels set out to destroy the blue and the violet races. They destroyed the once sacred rituals and art forms of this people, opening the door to witchcraft, voodoo, and black magic. They turned the people toward hatred, superstition, and vying for power. As the people began to divert their attention from their God presence, they became more and more vulnerable to the divide and conquer tactics of the fallen angels. The civilization became divided by the warring factions of its tribes. The people were losing the inner spiritual battle between the forces of light and darkness within them, and their division, both within and without, allowed them to become enslaved under the powers of darkness. Seeing the plight of his people, Afra took embodiment among them in order to rescue them. First, he pinpointed the one missing trait that he perceived to be the Achilles heel of his people. He identified the point of vulnerability as their lack of brotherhood. Allegorically speaking, they followed the example of Cain rather than following the example of Abel. When the Lord asked the people of Afra if they would be willing to lay down their lives for their kinsmen and friends, their answer was the same as Cain's: "Am I my brother's keeper?" The one who answers no to that question is dedicated to his ego. He will never be his brother's keeper, and eventually the divine spark within him, the threefold flame, will die. Afra knew that many of his people had lost their threefold flame, even as many blacks and whites through anger are losing it today. He also knew that in order to regain that flame, they would have to follow the path of brotherhood. They had to care for one another. The only way he could teach them to be a brother to all others was to be a brother to all himself. And for this he was crucified by his people. He was the Christ in their midst, but they knew him not. They were blinded by their greed for power. The ascended Master Afra spoke to the powers and perils of nationhood in Accra, Ghana in 1976, stressing the theme of unity and of dissolving our differences in the fire of the Holy Spirit. He said, "We are brethren because we are of the same mother. I am your brother, not your Lord, not your master. I am your brother on the path. I have shared your passion for freedom. I have shared with you the hours of crisis when you have beheld injustice, when you prayed to the Lord for justice, and the Lord gave to you the divine plan for this nation and for this continent. I have lived in your hearts for hundreds of years as you have toiled under the burden of oppression self imposed from within and put upon from without. The people of Afra have it the supreme opportunity to learn from every civilization and every history. When materialization reaches its peak, there are only two courses open to a civilization, either material decline and decay because of indulgences, or spiritual transcendence through the alchemy of the Holy Spirit. In a later message, Saint Germain asked Afra to convey the following message to the descendants of Afra in America. In this moment, those who call themselves the blacks of America can rise to new dimensions of freedom and liberty. But this can only come to pass through the mighty heart flame, through the understanding of the path of initiation under the Holy Spirit, through submitting yourself, your soul, to the altar of God and calling upon the Lord for an acceleration of light, a purging of inner darkness. Though there were successes through the civil rights movement, there have been setbacks, for those successes in many instances were outer. Having gained them, the people did not understand that they must go within to the inner light in order to sustain them. We would seek the equality of all souls, whatever their outer color. We would teach you a spiritual path of true advancement on the path of initiation. Though they know it not, the black people of America today are at the eternal why. They must choose this day whom they will serve, whether gains in the line of material comfort and increased well being and higher paying jobs, or the real gain of the eternal light of sonship and the path of immortality with all of its challenges. In the land of abundance, it is natural for all people to expect and to live according to high standards of living. It is when this high standard obliterates the inner longing for the higher light and the higher way that it becomes dangerous. I would tell you that God has chosen this people as those who have become rich in spirit. You can call to Afra for unity and for the dissolving of racial tension through the true understanding of universal brotherhood. Afra, our brother of light, like all ascended masters, has true humility. Kuthumi spoke of Afra's humility. This giant soul, with his tremendous devotion, was one of the unknown brothers. So long as individuals feel the need to expound upon their own personal achievement, they may well find that they are not truly a part of us.
That was a good video.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah,
Learned a little bit. Didn't know that about Afra or the name where Africa came from, but hey, what's up that way? Cheers.
yeah. Apparently, He lived in the Lemurian time. There was a time that Africa also had a golden age. They said they're about
Oh yeah,
500,000 years ago, but
yeah. They
I
had
don't know about that. Yeah,
abundance of wealth and riches, and great big
I think
cities and
yes. They discovered it.
education. Yeah,
The Library of
so much
Alexandria.
knowledge.
That was in
Egypt.
Africa. Yeah, Egypt, Africa.
Yeah. Imagine if they didn't have the fire, the Great
Yeah.
Alexandria Fire.
No,
Mm.
but that I don't think. Well,
There was a
that
lot
was
probably
from.
lost in that.
The,
And
yeah, that was done by the Vatican.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it definitely was an arson, no doubt. I don't know the details of all of that, but totally it was. I don't think it was an accident. Yeah, the Vatican. It all goes to the Vatican, pretty much.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have records of all the ascended master on this planet. They know about Afra too.
I'm sure
Uh, they have more about Jesus, Joshua. I think Jesus also went around. I think he went to
they
Buddha.
probably have the real truth about that too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
The Vatican,
yeah. The
yeah.
Vatican.
the Pope, and all those that group.
Yeah, they have the largest library in the world.
I didn't know that.
After, yes, about 20 miles long. I think the library is longer than Aruba.
In the Vatican?
Yeah,
Damn. Because I know the Vatican's not even that big, but I guess it extends all through
but
Rome.
no. Oh yeah, it's on the ground.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
On the ground. They
Imagine
have a
all
lot of things on the
this
ground.
info
Yeah,
being on the ground. Man.
yes,
The true gatekeepers.
yes. They're actually the true gatekeeper.
I don't know if they have the Ark though.
Oh, funny you
Mm.
mentioned that.
I think
Uh,
that might still be in
I
Ethiopia.
I got
Because I
could
don't know.
be. Well, I came across an article that they found the ark, or it's popping up. You know where in Israel?
Really?
I didn't look much in more into it. I don't know what the ark is. Some type of radioactive shit.
Yeah.
Mm, most the people that take care of it don't live long.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so. That's some power you do not want to.
Well, like
That's
Bamboo was saying, there's a lot of evidence that it's in Ethiopia. They actually have guards there for the temple that it's supposedly in, and
hmm.
they develop cataracts
Really?
and don't
Wait,
live very long. Yep.
I actually first said Egypt, and then was like, oh, I meant Ethiopia. So maybe they. I'm sure they have. Maybe they do have it in Egypt somewhere. But I kind of had. I've heard many times from different sources that it's probably still in Ethiopia. But I don't know. I haven't studied that subject in a while.
Yeah,
But
as
there's
of they
Never
a
had
just
anybody see it, so you can't
Hmm.
sorry.
there's
confirm it.
a
Yeah.
there's
Right.
a little village in Africa, a little really little, it's small. And there was this man that went to interview them, and they're descendant of David, King David, and they do this
Hmm.
still tradition that they would learn by their ancestors down the road of their culture. And they do the same thing. They're dressed in their own ways, like in those days,
Yeah.
everything. And then
Um.
they took
Yeah. Sorry. Go
then
ahead.
they took him up to where supposedly King David castle. So I believe Africa has a lot to do with it too. But there's some
Oh,
things I still have to find out.
yeah. That's a total. Well, Ethiopia was pretty much the only country in all of African history up until
Mm.
pretty much World War II era times.
Mm.
They were the only country that didn't get colonized by foreign foreigners like the English or the Dutch or the French. They had battles with the Italians. The Italians tried to colonize them many times, and they finally did succeed. Like this is like right
Oh
before
yeah.
World War II broke out, but only for a couple years, and then finally the UK stepped in and helped out Ethiopia. But they there's a lot of knowledge there, yeah, and
Yeah,
there's a
they
lot
were
of
under Mussolini then for a
yeah.
short
Mussolini
period.
was one of them
Yeah,
that
yeah,
tried to
yeah.
invade, and they finally did overtake him. But damn, what was I gonna say? Kind of forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, but regarding like how Rastas kind of believe it is King Selassie or Haile Selassie, who was the emperor of Ethiopia from like 1932 up until his death in like 1975. They believe that he had well, then they documented it in their records that he's like had the lineage to I think Sheba, which was the wife of King Solomon, I believe, or King David. I forgot, I get it mixed up. But he had a direct lineage according to them, and so there's definitely a
They
lot
see
of
him as a demigod or something. Oh, yeah, right, no?
there's a lot
Or
of
a king.
sacred hidden knowledge in Ethiopia still that they covered up or destroyed or yet to be discovered.
Yeah, Ethiopia used their own calendar. I think they are now in 2015.
Yeah,
It's
and there
2015.
maybe if we get a chance later, I could show a couple photos of like a couple of these ancient sites still out there in Ethiopia, like Lalibela, amazing old um, carved out basically structures and stuff, and
All right.
they're
Yeah,
pretty
that would be
amazing.
cool.
But again, like I'm not well versed on even that subject. I only know a little bit here and there. It's never really been something I really dove into, you know.
Have, in San Francisco, you know where that bridge is? I found
Yeah,
out that
the
in the middle of the bridge, there's a pyramid there,
the Golden Gate
and
Bridge.
yeah, there's one there. And if they were saying that if it, if the bridge breaks, that will come up a little more. But
That's
there is
interesting.
one there. Yeah, there's one
I
there.
don't a pyramid like in the middle, like on the road surface, or like up in s- the
It's
cable
in
structures.
I don't know. I guess the bridge is on top of that. So
Oh,
if
okay,
something happens, it will come down, but it's holding it. But there is one there.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
people have
know.
been trying to predict the collapse of the bridge for years,
Yes, yeah.
but I don't know. I believe it
You
when I
never
see it.
know. That's true. That's very true.
These are some amazing shots, though. By the way, the world is a beautiful place, especially from afar, but it should be just as beautiful close up. But we got tyrants running this world.
Mm.
That's
Tyrants.
coming to an end.
I, yeah, I think so. I think in our lifetime we're gonna see it fall.
Yeah, man. You're gonna see the Babylon is already falling. You have a front seat to it. You have a A seat the whole show, in because you in US.
We know Babylon's money scheme is using the dollar, so and that's crashing.
Yeah.
It's the foundation of it, pretty much. From there, yeah, the dominoes are gonna fall. It might get ugly because they're gonna get desperate,
Mm.
and
Well,
they're gonna
if,
want us to
if
suffer too,
oh yeah,
just as much.
but we have to go through the storm for us to get better.
Yep, we gotta
Oh yeah,
weather the storm.
yeah. The storm. That's a good. You said that the storm has
Right.
arrived. I think
Yeah. And there's
it's
lightning
arriving.
and floods and all that. In
There's gonna
other
be a
words,
lot of
floods.
thunder.
lightning is because people are waking up now. They're lighting up their eyes and their
Yeah.
minds and
Illumination,
spirit.
light,
Yeah,
bright.
yeah. So very interesting about that lightning, what I just said. Because I things like this, it doesn't pop up, because I tell Jason sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but when it pops in my head, it's because I know it's grandfather.
Hmm.
But yeah, the lightning is hitting everybody's spirit, their mind, their heart, because lightning is also from Father. That you just gotta be careful because there's two lightning, which is this, the evil, and you have the good lightning, and that's what's happening is that we're waking up, and we all gonna start waking up more, and we have to go through this storm to get to that place
Hmm.
to
Yeah,
be
no
more,
doubt. No
prepared
doubt.
and all. Ugh,
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not scared of anything.
me either.
I've said that before. I have no fear other than paying bills. And then hopefully my parents and my other family members won't suffer.
That's true.
I think that might be as simple as we can get. I don't think anybody. It's as simple as it is. Just they don't want to suffer in the end. When it comes to that.
Mhm. Yeah, we just we just gotta be ready to to go to the
Yeah.
next world. Like Alex said, it's very near.
Yeah, but
And
I think yeah, I agree. I think at the same time though, um, you fight to live. Because
exactly,
it's a
yeah,
gift.
we have to. Yeah,
A gift.
but we
So we got it.
also have to be ready and prepared either way
Yeah.
because those are the warnings that he gave me to give out because um we're gonna be in a really bad storm and nobody realized it until it hits. It just
Yeah.
started, and this is a power storm that's coming toward us, a really power one.
Yeah, and then we got this other BS. Um, the storm of the cabal trying to wreak havoc around the world and start a World War III. You know.
Hmm.
But they've been because I've been eyeing the cabal well since 2010, and you can say 2012 already, and 2011 they were trying to start
Yeah.
Third World War with Russia through Syria because
Yep.
they took down Libya,
Hmm.
Gaddafi,
Hmm.
Hillary
Hmm.
Clinton with Obama. Not
Yep.
because Gaddafi was a bad person, which I don't think he was either.
No, I was fooled. I thought he was.
Oh
But
really?
nope. Nope. I did my research and
Oh yeah,
realized no,
okay,
he was quite the contrary. Everything they
yes,
Hmm.
painted in our media and they were in the United States was the exact
yes,
opposite.
yes. He was a
Well, he
dictator,
was
but a
he
good
was
one. Let me put it that way. He was a good one. He
he
was
was
for
trying
the
to go back.
people.
He was trying to go
Sorry?
back on the gold standard,
Yeah,
Yes,
that
money
was
backed by
he's
gold.
laying.
that he dropped the dollar. He
That's
got
true. Yeah.
screwed by the CIA, and he had a meeting with the leaders of Africa to yeah to let
He was laying the
Africa go back.
groundwork of that for sure.
Yes, to
No doubt.
backed by gold. And what would they do? They will put Africa number one,
They
top
can't
of
have that. I
Europe
know.
and pound. Yes,
Yeah. And they can't have that. So they scrambled. They already knew his intentions, and so they built a whole bullshit media thing to
oh yeah,
shame him,
the,
and
the
then
media,
eventually use their
the
mercenaries to
media,
do the job because they were
yes,
too
the
chicken
media.
shit to use U.S. troops
Well,
because they knew it would never
yeah,
fly.
there's a lot of things that happen in Libya. Actually,
But
we
people
had
that yeah, sorry,
no. Do you have a lot? Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go. You had Benghazi too. That's another thing. Well, yeah,
yeah,
never
okay.
mind. What you were saying?
Well, they don't talk about like Libya. Um, they had a strong economy, a real strong economy, compared to any other African nation. Pretty much is up there at the top. Same with their education was good. So he was doing good things for his country,
Yes,
actually.
yeah, he was doing
Hmm.
very good. Now the country turned into shit thanks
What
to
the?
Obama and Hillary. They have this,
Yeah,
they're slaving black people there in chain. They have black people there in chain. The Muslim or um, the slave trade is still active there, thanks to
yeah.
Obama and Hillary.
I know.
The
We
country has
heard.
turned to shit.
Yeah. After that whole scenario kind of blew up and they lost control, yeah, there were news coming out that they were doing slave auctions in some of the town squares, and
Yes,
so who knows what's going on there now? I haven't thought about Libya in a
uh,
long time, actually. But
yeah, I
it's funny
haven't.
they put that clip in.
Yeah, I haven't followed up on it since I encountered that. I'm like,
I know
man,
it's like there's so much going on. It's like you kind of forgot about it, you know? Can't help it. There's so many other things going on that's more maybe important for you or me, you know, or more
yeah,
immediate.
yeah, man.
Yeah, that
Hey,
was
Alex,
random.
do you remember Thursday we were talking about Sedona?
Oh yes, Sedona, yes.
Yeah, I had called somebody that lives there, and she said
Mhm.
there's a lot of activity that we were talking about Thursday because I asked her about it. She goes, "Yeah, it still feels like a lot of electricity from another planet, which they do come and visit in Sedona because, like I said Thursday, what happened.
Hmm.
But she told me it's still there. They still see it sometimes, like that lady. But it's very powerful there. Then
Yes,
their vibes.
Hmm.
I'm looking at here.
Maybe some of the
Uh,
solar flares have something to do with it.
Hmm.
solar flare could be. Oh yeah,
I
all
forgot
these
I had
ones.
this music in the background. You guys don't mind it?
I don't mind.
All right.
Me either.
There's a
Okay.
lot of lines that cross in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm looking at the
Yes.
ley line.
Hmm.
That's one area of the
Yeah,
United States I've never really been, Southwest.
really.
But I know there's a lot of hidden history there. Utah, Arizona, New Mexico.
There's things that
Yeah.
they don't want you to know,
Yeah.
but it's coming out already.
Oh
They don't
yeah.
let you.
With I understand with what you were saying with Sedona, Arizona. Yes. I see there's a lot of ley lines crossing through Phoenix,
Hmm.
through Arizona. So, what I understand, that place is a portal. It's a high energy place.
Yep.
A lot of portals there, things that can go in, out, energy being.
Well,
Uh,
right. And when they go, it's all red, like red sand where it's at.
red sand.
Red sand. Huh.
Yeah,
That's
that's where
iron,
they're.
I think.
Huh?
Red sand is iron.
It- yeah,
What's
that's
the
what they
name again?
have.
Red
Let me,
sand.
let me double check.
And there must be a reason why it's there
Mm,
because of the color. And if it has a lot of energy for these things
Red
come
sand.
down, there's a reason why that's there, that red sand. Just look up a picture of Sedona and look at the mountains and you'll
Yeah.
see it. And you can share it.
All right. me check it
But
out.
yeah, it's a lot of energy there.
You're not far from that place, no?
No, I'm like an hour to an hour and a half. Yeah. And then from here to the Hopi reservation is like almost 8 to 10 hours drive.
So
So,
calm down. Cheers.
oh,
Hey, calm down.
did you find anything?
Give me 1 second. I gotta stop this one. Doobity beep. Sedona, Arizona, just like landscape or
Mountains.
Oh, yeah.
mountains. Mountains.
Yeah, I saw it has a high content of iron in it, the red sand.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Interesting. We
Yeah,
have a
that's
place in Aruba where the sand is red.
uh-huh.
Could that be like a catalyst for energy portals?
Yeah, I believe that. There's I don't know why there, but there's something there. Um, might wanna
Oh yeah, that place is red, all right. Hey, that's really a desert, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. When I say you from the
Let's see
desert,
what
I
else we
wasn't
got.
joking. I see
Let
no
me
cactus.
see. I'm trying to click on one. I don't know if even.
Oh yeah, there's a cactus there. Oh yeah, that's the desert, all right.
See if I can click on one. Does it even show it bigger for you guys?
Oh yeah, I see it there.
That's beautiful landscape. Yeah, no. There's so much hidden history, even in just like think of all the tunnel structures and
Yeah.
heck, some of these mountains we don't even know. They say they were mountains, but you know they might not have been mountains actually.
They can be
They might
pyramids.
have been structures or structures or even giants or who
Hmm.
knows. Interesting, very.
But it
Ah,
does have a lot of power there. A lot.
yes.
Oh yeah, those they store energy, right? We know stones and
Yeah.
gems and rocks. They have energy. Like I know granite has a lot.
It should pop
Wish I
up.
could get it.
Bamboo, check this out too. I didn't know Grand Canyon is also in Arizona.
Yep,
Yeah.
the big ditch, huh?
That's where they found those artifacts from Egypt.
Yeah. Apparently, you have bamboo. If you type in pyramid Arizona, type in pyramid in
Okay.
Arizona.
Oh, whoops.
No, no.
Here.
Yeah, you could
I'll
have
be right
just
back.
leave it there.
My bad.
Yeah, you could have leave it and just type
Uh,
it. You see what
oh
pop
yeah,
up.
Pyramid, Arizona. Okay. Go to reshare it one time.
It's power there. There's a lot activity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Pyramid,
And then
Arizona. Maybe like one of these ones. The Grand Canyon, that one.
yeah, the one in Grand Canyon.
That's not a good picture of it.
Oh
See,
yeah,
that
that's a
looks
good
like
one.
a pyramid.
Yeah.
Kind of does, and it must have been huge.
Now, if it's in Grand Canyon, then I'm right. Well, we've been researching, Jason and I.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Alamy, Alamy. I hate all these Alamy. That's pretty interesting. Maybe that might be a better one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently that was a pyramid, and
Must have been
thousands
a
of years ago, there was a
Mm-hmm.
civilization living there.
must have been a pyramid at that top, and then there's probably other things around it. Interesting.
Well, yeah, because they have caves, and in those days people lived in caves. In
Yeah.
those days.
Very interesting.
Got
Yeah.
birthing caves,
Especially down
keyhole
there, it's
caves,
probably
birthing caves.
What
it's
was
probably
that?
so. Sorry, yeah, sorry, Jason.
There are caves there in Sedona.
Mm-hmm.
You got birthing cave, keyhole cave, raven caves, I subway cave there too.
Yeah. So it's very interesting what kind of power is there. I mean, I would love to just feel it, but at the same time, I don't know. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
if you go
people.
there,
Yep,
you
it
open your
is.
cell, you have to be prepared. Or
You ever seen
because
that?
Yeah.
It's like in Ethiopia.
that's in Ethiopia.
Yeah, Lalibela, Ethiopia. They have so
How
much
did they
like
do
hidden.
that? That's carved through the stone.
I think it is, man. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
You see how they build that? They didn't use normal technology
Look at from the top. It's like that's one.
like a cross.
Look at that.
Amazing.
Interesting, they build it like this. So that's in Ethiopia.
Very
Yeah, that
interesting.
goes way back then.
Yeah. I haven't studied much about Lalibela, but I know just a tiny bit. Seems very interesting though.
Yeah, I never studied. I just know a few things about them, but not much of the Ethiopians. I didn't know they had like this type of structures there, and this, yeah, how it's built is easily to see. They didn't use. People today cannot build
That
this
look
thing. They
right
use
there looks
something.
like the two towers.
Right there from that angle, kind of. It
Yeah.
does. Kind of. Very interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. Cool stuff. Any other
Yeah, man.
videos or anything?
No, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool stuff, man. So how's everybody doing in chat?
You know, just quiet.
Nice and calm, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, today is Sunday, preparing for the oncoming week.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah,
But
this week is 420. That's all I know.
when is it? Thursday?
Yep. Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just another day for me, but
Yeah.
it's cool. People like to celebrate. It's cool. Smoke it up, flaunt it. Good vibes.
Yes.
You know how you see the plants, how they move. It's so
That's
awesome
amazing.
because they do have a,
They're like dancing
yeah,
in energy.
yeah.
By working on your chi, I saw there was a lady that had she put a bean in her hand
Yeah.
and she hold it and she concentrate. I think for 3, 4, 5 minutes or something. She concentrate and then she open her hand and the bean has a plant
Sprouted.
coming out. Plant coming out of it. Yeah, man.
Well,
With chi energy.
yeah. Maybe it was about ready to, but I could also believe, yeah, we could manipulate some energy like that if you know how to channel it. But
Yeah, man.
the bean might have just been just about ready to sprout, anyways. Just to poke through a little bit. You know what I mean?
No, man. She have
But
done
that's
this
cool.
multiple times.
That's really cool. I
Yeah,
wonder
man.
what she's smoking, man. Give me some of that.
She
Cool.
mastered the chi energy of the body.
Hmm.
So yeah, what's your yeah?
How's
Your
everybody's
thought?
week looking coming up? What are you projecting? Good things?
Good thing, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to skip setting, put the good intention. And on the 420 is the new moon.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
want to manifest? What do you want to bring in this reality? Write it down, imagine it,
Yeah.
feel it, and let it go.
Wow, look at that. Walking across like a ladder bridge. That's
Wow.
sketch.
I'll be
That's
fainting.
I don't know if I could do that. I probably could, but that'd be sketch. Man, sometimes I watch, well, not sometimes, but every now and then I've seen some of these crazy rock climbers go up and they spend a
Hmm.
night on the cliff and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, how could he even sleep? I couldn't do that.
And
Yeah.
that's true.
He was as
Are you
slow as a
relaxed?
snail.
Alex, are you relaxed?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm just chilling,
All chill.
you know, thinking,
Yeah.
contemplating.
Gotta stick together like the birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you, this is going to be a transformational year. In a year period, a lot of things going to happen. All for
Yeah.
the good. No, all for the good.
Oh, that one's
But,
done. Just some background video. Anybody else
Very
has anything
true.
to share?
well, that was it actually. I don't. All the time I will do more research. I didn't have like today. I wanted to do some, but I didn't have much time today. But I know there were also women that succeeded with the rainbow body, the golden body, diamond body, how you gonna call it, in the past. So there's also women ascended master. Only one that can come to mind that would be ascended master would be Maria Magdalene. Magdalene. I
I've
think
heard
she,
of that name.
yeah,
Sounds
she,
familiar.
yes, she in the Bible she was portrayed as a whore, but I don't think she was a whore. I think she was with Jesus
Very
and
enlightened.
have given. Yeah, she had her own disciples called the Magdalene, what I understand.
Yep, and they couldn't take it, so they had to shame her.
Exactly. That's what they're doing now, actually, with the agenda, with the tranny agenda, with
Yeah,
man can be a woman and shit.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
no, you can't, you know.
Amber, yeah, starfish, no doubt. And a murmuring of starlings. But they do
Uh,
that everywhere in this culture, especially in the United States. The pop culture, media, celebrities, all that stuff. They love shaming these people.
what people?
Actors, rappers, singers, comedians, any kind of big name celebrity, really. Models, whatever kind of superstar, you know.
That against the LGBTQ?
No, not even. I'm not even talking about LGBTQ. I'm talking about just in general, the whole media celebrity circus. You know,
Oh,
there's a lot of
oh, yeah.
shaming rituals going on all the time.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
now they're clearly open what this agenda, you know.
yeah.
And I saw a performance of, I don't know, a big fat guy. But I think you see on the other side,
Oh,
flaming. He's flaming, but he's in a demonic suit dancing. I'm like, what the fuck? They're just
oh
out
yeah.
with it, you know. They're not hiding it anymore.
No, in our face.
Yes, that's why we have to stand on the ground now. Yeah, everybody's
It's
gonna be
literally,
spiritually.
yeah.
This year, people are gonna be spiritual tested.
Yeah.
Yes, That I know.
Their faith. This
Yeah.
I always tell Jason I put part of the Bible to give an example, like with the storm, and when Paul walked the, you know, he was with the Lord in the boat, right? And Jesus told him walk on the water, and he did. But before he did, Jesus says, if you have faith, you'll be okay. So he walked, and then before he got to him, he fell in the water. And this is what he said: "You have a little faith in me." And what we're going through now, I put it to that term because we are going through a storm. Is your faith? By your faith, you'll be okay through this storm. Understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, no, I understand you completely. If you have faith, everything is gonna be alright.
Hmm.
Don't worry. The storm will calm down. It will pass, and everything gonna be alright. But if you
Exactly.
don't have faith, you're gonna panic, go in panic mode, fear mode, and shit, thinking the world is gonna end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they said in 2000, it was gonna end. And that group in California, I think it was in California, where they end up all dying because they thought the world was gonna end in 2000.
Oh, there's yeah. I don't know the name, but oh, you talking about? You're not talking about in. This is in California.
Yeah. Yeah, there
Okay. Yeah.
was like
I don't know.
I think there was 8. They ended up taking something or they drank something all at once and they found them inside all dead. And they left a
Hmm.
note saying because we're leaving this world already. And they wanted to put it there so if something happens, they have some kind of proof that the existence of
Hmm.
people were there. But
Hmm.
unfortunately, it kept going. Life kept going. It didn't end in 2000, but they ended up dying, and that's giving themselves fear. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
sad.
There's been some cases of that.
Mhm.
These crazy cults.
Yes.
It sure is.
You want me to read a bit of this here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some
Okay.
visuals too, if you want, cats.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give you about the universal year because that's what we all experience. But I was, for example, and me and Lois correlate, and Amber too correlates. Some other people have, my cousin Netherlands also correlates that we're all in the same personal year number. And last year we were in 7, so it was a spiritual year with a combination of the 6, which was the university which everybody goes through, and then you have the personal energy which is personal to you, right? So, um, okay, 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 yeah. In numerology, each calendar year adds up to a single digit number and it holds unique energetic influence and imprint. We all feel this energy and it's called universal year. A universal year means that everyone will experience the energy of a particular number during the entire year, from January 1 to December 31. Okay. Oh, yeah, it just gives you the intro. It gives you the intro. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's goes a bit deeper. Okay. The seven universal year, which you can say it kicked in, well, it started off January, but it goes full force in March. That everybody is gonna feel it. Starting feeling it till the end of the year, going bit next year. Um, the seven universal year is a vital time for a collective pause. Of course, life carries on as it does. Yet the universal 7 year is a key time for massive reset. The energy of the 7 is all about diving inward. It's focused on the spiritual and personal growth and evolution. The energy here is more diffuse. It beckons us to go inward, quiet down, slow down, and sit with ourselves with a bigger question begging the contemplation. The key elements for the 7 universal year include taking time to study, analyze, ask questions, and peel our personal onion. It brings deep shadows to the surface, both collective and individually. The 7 is learning to develop trust, trust the universe, trust in flow, trust in self. It's all about migrating hard data, quantifiable knowledge and information, and bringing together with a higher principle and intuitive knowing. Um, Let me see. Dr. Juno, numerologist, suggests that we are experiencing the energy of the 7 within a cycle is invitation for us to develop the right state of mind. Overall, the 7 year offers vital pause for global community to reevaluate our deepest wants, needs, and values. The energies support planning, learning, researching, and organizing. The universal 7 year isn't to set up a blaze forward in financial focus. The material aspect of the way of the world work isn't the primary focus during a cycle guided by a 7. Of course, global economy is key pressure point, and yet focus this element above all else will bring a kind of harder lesson or a fall during a 7 universal year. Well, only if you're in a personal year 8, then you can focus on material and spiritual, then it has to be balanced. But if you're not, then focus only on the spiritual side. But balance is always key. Okay, the key to take this time to reflect, to understand the inner workings, to revise and organize. Next year is all about bringing all this new knowledge and revised trajectory into material world. Analyzing this year, and next year bring it out. Next year is going to be an 8. This is the year to figure it out and feel it out. To do the research, to reflect on the long-term consequences of how we manage and engage in our financial economics. This is time that isn't set up for business as usual in attempt to place a bandwidth in our fractured global economy. Rather, the 7 universal year back us to ready ourselves for a period of major transition. Starting next year, we'll enter what I would say in a 3 year push time of a global transition and transformation. Next, 2024 is Universe 8 year where money and power take front seat. However, the 7 readies us for the wiser and more spiritual, most mature decision and action. Yes. The highest expression of the 7 is expressed through its uncanny sense of flow, understand and embracing that which is out of our control, and it's mandated to learn from missteps. The difficulty is that the energy of the 7 can challenge us with the opposite opposing forces, skirting around issues surface along superficial and dogmatically adhering the narrow fields of information rather than opening to expanded realms of potentially. Potentially. Deep shadow surface to be seen and move through. Feelings, victimization can be heightened. Resistance to letting go of what holds us back from more evolved existence can be part of the overall picture. Collectively, we enter in a year of feeling slightly fatigued and energetically spent. The need to rest, reconnecting with the natural world, and turning inward its foundation for working with, not against the energy of the 7 universal year. The point is to plan, organize, and set a wiser trajectory and prepare ourselves for a major transition cycle starting in 2024 and contemplating at the end of 2026. Um, okay, let me see. Steven Spielberg said, "Your intuition never shouts; it's always whispered. So go So get your own on all-out meditation pillow, yoga mat, get out in the nature, plant your little garden, watch it grow, quiet down, read a book, take a class, unplug from your devices every now and then. The 7 universal years support us taking deep dive inward and ask us to collectively take some leaps in our spiritual and personal growth and evolution.
Hmm.
That's about it. What's your thoughts on that?
Hmm. I don't know. What do you think, Jace?
That's pretty deep,
Wow.
man.
Yes,
Really deep.
That is pretty deep.
this is a year of learning, deeper learning, reflecting on yourself, your heart desire. Where do you see yourself? Are you satisfied with what you're doing? You want to be doing something else? It's more a reflection on yourself. And yes, what he said. That's why I'm thinking, if a shift, by energetical shift has to happen, I think it will be in 2026. But before that, the cabal is going to fall. I think it's going to fall in 2024. But
Time's
we are
running out.
going to enter a cycle. And this cycle is known as its own. We have a cycle of 1 to 9, but then you have a cycle of 8 to 1. And that's the cycle in itself. It's a cycle within a cycle. And this cycle, things goes fast. And that's where we're going to enter next year. That cycle. It's going to go for the 8, standing in our power, financial power, and power in consciousness, the revolution of consciousness. And then we're going to go into 2025, which is going to be a 9 year. It's all about us letting go of things and people that no longer serve you, closing cycles, and then for 2026 being in the one with a new beginning, fresh start, new energy, building from scratch.
In other words, you're cleansing your body.
Yes.
Transformation, cleansing, yeah. Rebirth.
Yeah,
Rejuvenate.
but what I'm telling you about now, the energy, this is for the whole world. It's collective. It's the whole.
Yep.
Everybody's going through it. So this year, a lot of people gonna be deeper thinking on themselves. What they want to do. A lot of people who want to go to on a retreat, for example, by themselves to ayahuasca, for example. This is the
Ooh.
perfect year to do it because it's a
What's up,
spiritual
cat?
year.
Cute cat.
What happened? Oh, the cat.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at the cat. Yeah. Cats are cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of changes. I agree with you, Alex. And this is going to be the year that starts worse. As we enter 2024, then be ready.
Yeah, 2024. You can say then it's gonna,
A lot of
but it's
chaos.
already started. It's already started. Then we go to another
Yeah,
cycle. We're gonna enter another
right.
cycle of. It's gonna keep going up, up, up. But this year itself, what I understand, something's gonna happen to test people's faith. But just know, everything is divine. You asked to be here.
Yeah.
Don't
Everything's being
fear.
shaken right now.
Yes, yes. The foundation are
Mm.
crooked,
Yeah.
so it has
They
to
need
come
a,
down.
they, yeah, and they also need to level out, I
Yes,
Mm.
think. I don't know.
No, yeah,
yes,
that's like kind of the calm before the storm. There's all these conflicting energies, and it's building, and it has to burst. There's no doubt about it. And when
Mm.
it does burst, it will. I think for a time there will be a period where it does seem to level out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's one way of looking at it. I didn't think it'd get into spiders and stuff. That's creepy.
Yeah, you're creepy.
no.
Sheesh.
I know.
That's funny.
Jason doesn't like.
It could
Yeah,
be.
I just searched random nature footage, copyright free.
Well,
I don't
hey,
mind
that's
Or
right.
spiders.
animals.
I just don't like spiders getting on me.
Me too.
Creepy. 8 legs. Very
Yeah, I
weird.
don't like
Down there in Texas, I
spiders.
think you guys got a Got a lot of spiders.
Night the snakes, I kill them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several weeks ago, I ran into a giant black widow spider, biggest one I've ever seen.
Oh, sheesh McGeesh.
Yeah.
If those things bit you, you dead, no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Was it around your house or where you live?
No, it was at a job. It was under somebody's
Okay.
pool skimmer lid.
Yeah. Dang.
They
Well,
like
you got yeah.
they like
Did you let him know he's got a friend down there? Shit.
no friends. We did get rid of the egg sac though. So friends were on the way.
I don't know. Just I just searched. That's what it
I wasn't
was.
gonna tell her.
Nature animals like copyright free. This is what came. I don't know.
You didn't hear anything about black widow spiders, cats.
Huh?
And you didn't hear anything about black widow spiders,
Nope.
cats. I never said nothing. Never ran into one.
I don't know.
Good.
I know once you did, but you let it go outside. I think, if I remember.
It wasn't a black widow. I think it was a wolf spider.
I see.
Those are kind of nasty too.
Yeah, I don't like killing them. I don't like killing critters.
Yeah, I hate to do it too now.
A giant black widow, it's a different story.
Ants, sorry. I've had ants recently in my house, and I'm sorry. I gotta kill you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to kill you, but I have to use some paper towels or a vacuum and suck you up. So whatever happens after that, sorry.
Well, the only
gotta
animal here I let live because they don't bother me is the gecko. They eat the insects. So I let them.
Yeah, I love geckos, dude. Yeah. I
Even
was in
chicken.
Egypt for a couple of weeks, and they had one of the places I stayed at was a cool place, like apartment where my sister was living for a while. But they had geckos all over like the walls here and there, and it's all good though because they eat all the spiders and all the other bugs. They basically like clean up all the bugs and shit. So yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's why I leave them. It don't
And
bother
they
me. They
don't
eat
mess
them
with
all.
you, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
There's about 8 people already found rattlesnakes in their homes. It's because it's getting hot. Time
Oh,
for them
this
to
year in
come
your
out.
area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you got a lot around there. We don't where I'm at. Not so much in my area. If I go outside it and go on hikes, yeah, there's a potential maybe, but you'd have to go probably more east to get a
Yeah.
danger
Has
net.
I heard
No.
when you could cook, okay, you can eat this snake. You just make sure you cut the head and the tail and you take out their skin, right? But there's people in Mexico, they dry it up and it's almost like a medicine for people that has cancer, and you take it and it helps you. I know someone that did that and she lived for a while until she died, but she was always eating the dry snake.
Hmm.
As I heard it's good. I don't know. I never tried it and I won't try it as long as I'm hungry out in the desert.
I've
Other
had
than that,
rattlesnake once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y-
I had rattlesnake once. It was at like my dad's work boss or his boss, whatever, was throwing a party or something, and big ass mansion somewhere up in the hills and shit, and they were serving food and stuff, and one of it was rattlesnake, and I had some.
Was it good?
was it good?
It was it wasn't bad. It was just pretty much tastes like chicken, kind of. It just was kind of a little bony, kind of like some fish, nothing too bad though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a tortilla maíz, put it in there, and then put some salsa. There you go.
Uh-huh.
I think I've had alligator once, alligator jerky, but I can't remember.
I want some. Now I want some snake tamales.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, Cat's Eyes, you better go round up a couple rattlers.
All right.
For Jason, barbecue it up.
Yeah, barbecue.
Uh,
Look,
Oh no, no, I won't go catch a snake for anybody, not even for Jason.
I don't like snakes too much. Not that I really even come across them much
yeah,
ever.
here you have snakes. And the land that I have there is, yeah, there's snakes there. I'm gonna be dealing with them. Maybe it's something
I have
that's my
snakes.
fear or something. Not fear. I just don't like snakes.
I don't. Yeah, no, it is like a built-in. It's funny we get these phobias and stuff, and it's originally from something for a reason, you know. Like we were
Yeah,
built that instinct for a reason, and like it was probably, yeah,
I don't
probably
know.
yeah.
was
Maybe
something.
we were terrorized in our past life with
Yeah,
snakes
maybe
or
there were
something.
giant spiders way back, and people hate
True.
spiders now because it's like built in.
Wait,
I don't
wait.
know,
But funny you mentioned that. I've
because there were big
encountered.
ass spiders back in the day too.
Yeah, I think there still is in the Brazilian Amazon and
Brazilian
Yeah,
also
Amazon or Madagascar, I think, have the biggest, or Australia, maybe.
uh oh yeah,
I
that
think
could be too.
But
But
yeah,
there was one in the Second World War, I think, or just prior
I think it's
in
just
the
looping.
Congo. There was a
Yeah.
guy
Oh, Congo.
flying a small craft, three person, and I think they took picture of it too. And they saw a giant snake there. They were like, they saw something on the ground, but they didn't sure what it was. And they say, hey, let's take a look, closer look. And then they saw it was a giant snake. It was, I think, about 100 feet. And
Wow,
the
a
snake
python
also went
maybe.
up, tried to grab the plane, try to shoot up to the plane,
Oh, wow.
but they pulled away. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a giant snake. That was in the Congo in Africa.
Uh, how
In the,
how long ago did you say that was again?
I think in the early 1930s, around that time.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Definitely. There is a still. It's a myth. I mean, it's a myth as far as the mainstream would say. You know, it's just a myth or something. But there's a lot of history about, even like kind of in recent times, about in the Congo region, about like some sort of dinosaur still that still lives.
Oh yes, that I know for
Dinosaur.
sure. In Papua New Guinea, the
Not exactly
sighting
sure what it
too.
looks like, but it's supposed to be some kind of dinosaur-like animal, and I don't know.
Yeah, in the U.S., I see they've killed one too. The one, not pterodactyl. Pterodactyl is the one that flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I saw a picture of one. They holding it. Look like it didn't have no feather. It had like wings, but of like the bat
Mm.
wing, but
Hmm.
giant.
Wow.
They shoot it down in the U.S. a long time ago.
Hmm.
But
I
then
didn't
you
know
have,
that.
yeah, and you have also another one, but this is with the Native American one. That's the thunderbirds. They fly with bad weather because due to their massive size, they need a lot of wind lift to keep them up in the air. That's
Hmm.
why they call it the thunderbirds. There has been a lot of sightings of them. I think the last one was in the 1970s when two boys were playing hide and seek and one came down and grabbed the boy, a 12-year-old boy, pick it up and try to go with it. And the boy was fighting it, and it dropped him off about 90 feet away or
Oh
something.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, those are the thunderbirds.
I've heard about some of those stories.
Well, that's real. There's a lot of the Native American know about them. Yeah, I've encountered them a long time ago. Information, then I haven't seen them for real, but I know they exist. They exist.
Yeah, that's interesting. Fascinating, kind of creepy though. Some of the
Yeah.
unknowns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I saw Netflix has a show. I don't know what the show is called. but apparently the show is giving out a lot of hints. I don't have Netflix, um, but I saw a trailer of that show. I know what it's called, but it's like for starting to wake up people, giving a lot of truth there. They talk about
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot,
Yeah,
the cabal, and all of that in there, and the
interesting.
satanic group. Yeah, especially, but I don't know what it's called. But I don't know where to start to search for the name. Uh,
Hmm. Then again, though, it's like, why would it be on Netflix if it's? It might be telling some truth here and there, but you know what I mean. It's always in the back of my mind with so many people that I look up to, like sharing knowledge. I wonder why they get such a platform, you know. So I don't know. That's cool. I gotta didn't know about it, but I
no,
know I know people. It's just part of the awakening, though. You know, they kind of have to give it
exactly.
to. They kind of have to give it to us a little bit here and there now, even more than they
Yeah.
used to.
But that's the thing. Well, if they had the chance, they wouldn't do it. They just push the tranny agenda and want to make everybody genderless. That's what they want to do, which
Yeah,
it
mutilate
is really,
all the kids'
yeah,
genitals.
it's on their
Like,
website. Literally, what they want to do.
sheesh.
But yeah, Netflix, what I understand, was taken over by the good guys. That's why they gonna turn it and use it to awaken people with series because there's a lot of people apparently that has Netflix. I'm not aware of that.
Hmm.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's coming though.
So much, so much. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cajun Queen, we lost you.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
want
No,
to come
good.
back? Have a good night. If we don't
she
see
said
you.
she was gonna leave.
Oh, okay, I missed
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, I found it.
Stay well, Cajun Queen.
You
Find a
know
good.
what's it called?
But
Inside Job.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
inside.
Inside Job.
Inside Yope. Inside Yope.
Okay. Ah, all right.
Nice and calm and relaxing. Thanks for having me up here, Cat's Eyes.
Oh, you're
Appreciate it.
welcome. You're welcome.
And Jason.
Hey, hey, Alex. You know
Yo,
the natives when they dress up for the dances on the powwows. You know how they have colors on them too. They say it's also a sign of the rainbow people.
Really?
Yeah, because they
Which
use all those colors. All natives,
all
be,
native tribes, pretty
yeah,
much?
yeah, because they all dress in those colors, and
Hmm.
that is it's very close to them what it means. But you also could consider them as the rainbow people,
Yeah.
'cause, you
Interesting.
know,
Wow.
no, I didn't know about that.
There's so much
yeah,
knowledge that just they don't want us to know. It's ridiculous, you know.
yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot of info. Yeah,
I know Jason mentioned, I think was Graham Hancock or another person.
Oh yeah, he's
Mhm.
cool. I like him, man.
Yeah, man,
yeah.
he's awesome.
He's
Jason was
taught me a
there.
lot, or he shed my
He,
eyes. He made my eyes a lot more wide.
he's a person I will want to meet.
Me
Personally,
too.
yeah, he's a
And
person I'm
not
like
even just the
wow.
historical stuff, but like actually just like DMT aspects, because he's done DMT. He's done ayahuasca many times, obviously, and it's
Oh yeah,
been just
I
yeah.
didn't
He
know
talks
about
about
that.
this. Yeah, he talks about it all the time.
I thought
I mean, and
could
it's
be
been.
who's
He said he's had some amazing experiences, and just like I don't know. I gotta look back at someone because I used to listen to him like almost every day. Like try to search for one of his lectures because I used to do a lot of delivery work, and I just put one of his speeches on and just soak it in. It's been a while though. I have his book too. One of his books. Shit, he
Oh,
has
nice.
like 6 or 7 books, doesn't he? Um, Fingerprints of the Gods, I think
Yes,
it's called. But I only read like half of it, and I'm a
yeah,
lazy
that's a good
guy.
book.
I'm not a big reader, but it was a present, so like I gotta read it,
That's a
finish it.
good book. That's a good book there you have there.
Yeah,
Fingerprints of the God. Okay,
yeah, his
this
stuff
what's
is
his name again? Graham Hancock. No.
Graham
No.
Hancock. Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about Graham Hancock.
yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Which
Oh, I
I wonder
thought
if
you
we
were
could
saying
find
the other
this.
guy. I was in the mix. The other guy I had in my mind. But yeah, Graham Hancock, he was a pothead. But he's a yeah, he
He
did
used
all
to be
of
a
that.
pothead, but then he got into the psychedelics a little bit, and then that perspective he has now after going through those experiences, because that I think that drug kind of does maybe connect you to other energies
yeah.
and
He smokes, but he doesn't smoke that often anymore. The way he was.
probably yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He was at Joe Rogan. He didn't smoke for a long time, and Joe Rogan broke out the joint. And yeah, he
Hmm.
Hmm.
started smoking afterward
Oh wow.
because if you go a long time period not smoking weed, the first one is gonna hit you hard. And it hit him hard. And he couldn't drive home. He called his wife to come pick him up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's a cool guy. But I had to admit, what's the other guy then? You have Graham Hancock and
For well, you're not talking about David Icke, are you?
no, no, the one that
Mm-mm.
with the heart. He did a presentation with the Heart Meta Institute. I thought you were talking about
Dang. I probably heard his name. I can't think of it though.
Maybe Jason heard of him.
Jason,
I probably know who you're talking about, but right now I'm not sure who you're alluding to.
the guy that talked about the. He's from America, I think. Your area. No, he's from New Mexico.
Hmm.
They talk about the heart frequency, heart map.
I wonder if we can play this. It's probably okay to play. It's like 8 minutes, and it's Graham Hancock saying it's just titled "Ayahuasca will show you the real truth,"
Hmm.
Okay.
or maybe I can find a shorter one.
Yeah, the ayahuasca is known as a divine. Uh,
Or I can do
unseen
one that's
flow.
like 7 minutes. It's my own life
Yeah.
has been profoundly affected when taking ayahuasca and DMT. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Oh, now I got
No, go
Greg
for it.
Brandon. Greg Brandon. I thought you were talking about Greg Brandon first. I had it mixed. Now the name came. It's Greg Brandon.
Let me see real quick.
Mm. Did you find it?
Wait, you guys know who's Greg Brandon?
Uh, Greg
I don't think
Braden?
so.
Are you talking about Greg Braden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, he's done a lot
Mhm.
of stuff on Ancient Aliens, and he did Missing Links.
Yes. He's the guy.
Uh,
Yeah.
the Divine Matrix.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
presentation I saw.
Oh, another one that I really love, and he passed away in like 2000. But Terrence McKenna,
Terrence McKenna was
Oh yeah.
awesome.
I think he
Yeah.
was amazing.
Also like Alan Watts.
Alan Watts, yeah, I've only
Have you
dabbled
read
into
that?
like just some of their work too.
Mhm.
So honestly, I gotta read some of Terrence's books or listen to more of his work because I used to dive into it too. Just like Graham Hancock or Terrence McKenna or Bigfoot stuff. Just listen to what people were talking about and try to just take it in and think, figure it out for myself and what I really feel too. But Yeah, Terrence McKenna, big up to him.
Oh yeah, man, he was awesome. He did psychedelics too, no?
Big time. Big time. But he was able to basically bring a good argument to nature and how how psychedelics, with early civilizations were able to bring out so much of the inspiration and the love, and maybe so many ways. But I mean, that's just the kind of paraphrasing, just a little minimal thing. But he was genius in a lot of ways, I think.
Irvin Welsh.
Yeah, he was.
I'm gonna have to look into Irvin Welsh.
Irvin Welsh. Yeah, Zeus Scott, right? I haven't heard some of his stuff in a while because I used to listen to him a lot. It's been a couple of
Okay.
years.
Irvin Welsh. Oh, okay. That's
You want to
more.
try a Graham Hancock 8-minute video?
Mhm.
Okay. As long as it's cool with you guys.
Yeah, man. I mix it up due to my highness. I'm a high. But
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
I like to stay
thinking,
versatile too.
yeah, I was thinking Greg Braden. Greg Braden. He did a presentation on the Divine Matrix. Very good presentation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Well, I don't even think I've watched this one, but it's just going to be a little insights about ayahuasca from Graham Hancock's perspective.
Oh yeah. Hey, this is
Ayahuasca will show you the real truth.
yes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you have courage for it, yeah, this is the perfect year to do ayahuasca.
Definitely. Make sure you're in the right situation. And, well, that's another topic we can talk about after this, maybe. I guess I'll just play this. Thanks, cats. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, inspire. Okay.
I actually think we should approach all of these ancient sacred plants as sacred objects. There should be ritual, there should be ceremony, there should be reverence, there should be respect. So for anybody who says, oh, ayahuasca is just another drug, remember that ayahuasca actually is a teacher, and that ayahuasca has been used in many different countries to get people off harmful, severe drug addictions, for example, heroin and cocaine addictions. And it does so through presenting you with a revelation about yourself, just as I was presented with a revelation about my overuse and abuse of cannabis. As a researcher, I believe that I should not sit in an armchair and pontificate and just read books. I have to get into the subject I'm investigating. And it happened from about 2002 onwards that what I was investigating was shamanism and the role of shamanism in the origins of human culture. And that investigation led me to the fact that many shamans around the world use visionary plants as a means to get into the shamanistic trance. I was actually looking at cave art and the cave paintings and the new research which indicates strongly that that was the work of shamans who had experienced altered states of consciousness and were manifesting what they saw in visions on the cave walls. And I suddenly realized I don't just have to read about this. I can actually do this because there are still shamans in the world today. And that's when I found out about ayahuasca, that there were shamans in the Amazon who were working with this powerful visionary agent, which is a mixture of two plants together with water, and who indeed often afterwards were painting their visions, just as the ancient cave artists painted their visions on the walls of caves. So I could have that experience. And that led me in 2003 to go down to the Amazon and have my first 11 journeys with ayahuasca in the context of the Amazon jungle itself. And at that point, it was a research project for me. But I found the lessons that I was taught by ayahuasca and the experiences that I underwent and really a complete shift in my understanding of the nature of reality so valuable and so useful to me. That despite the many difficulties involved in drinking ayahuasca, despite the fact that it is hard work physically, it does make you feel ill. And it does put you through the ringer psychologically. You really have to confront, your own inner demons. Despite that, I felt that it was something that was teaching me valuable lessons. And so I made the decision to brace myself about once a year, and usually to go down to Brazil and have 5 ayahuasca sessions over a period of 2 weeks in Brazil, once a year or once every 18 months or so. And learn what I can. There are all kinds of ways in this world for us to challenge ourselves. Some people might do it by climbing a mountain. Some people might do it by jumping out of an airplane and hoping the parachute will open. There's lots of ways to challenge ourselves. But actually, one of the most profound and challenging ordeals is to drink ayahuasca. It is, in a way, the ultimate adventure. Like any adventure in strange and difficult and sometimes dangerous territory, you really have to brace yourself for it. And that's why, for anybody who's thinking of working with ayahuasca, I would urge you, don't buy the ingredients on the internet and sit at home and drink it. Work with an experienced, knowledgeable, good-willed shaman. And a network will tell you who is good and who is not, because there are like any other area of human endeavor, there are people working in the ayahuasca field who are negative and who are not good. This is I'm afraid, human nature. Ayahuasca, I believe, the brew itself is a vehicle for contact with the realm of spirit and with profound and beautiful truths. But the realm of spirit is not without jeopardy. And when you open the door and enter that realm, people who've not had this experience may well think that I'm nuts in saying this, but there are intelligences out there, and not all of those intelligences are filled with light. Some of those intelligences are very, very, very dark, and they seek to exploit human weakness. And unfortunately, they connect with negative human beings who sometimes present themselves as shamans. So there are bad shamans as well as good shamans. So it's important to do your groundwork very, very carefully before you go. And I would say never to drink ayahuasca alone. It's something to be done in a social context, in a ceremonial context, with a knowledgeable and experienced guide. I just try to go into a still place in my mind and say, okay, I have an ordeal coming up, and I have to prepare myself mentally for that, to be as resolute as I can. And what am I looking for when I go into, what is my intent? As anybody who's worked with ayahuasca a lot will know, what you intend for the session may not be what you get. But what you get ultimately in the broad scheme of things was what you needed. You'll find that out. Last year's sessions brought about a radical life change for me after many years of drinking ayahuasca. We have huge resistance. It's very strong. It's very built in. We fight against this. And I feel like any school which is teaching valuable lessons, it's worth spending time learning and trying to, not only learning the lessons, but trying to implement them into the action of one's own life. That's the hardest thing, actually. It's to come back and integrate the lessons you've learned into daily practice and not to slip back into old and bad habits. So I don't feel I'm done with ayahuasca yet, or that ayahuasca is done with me. But I do have to say that the experiences I had last year, which led me to give up cannabis, were so earth-shaking and utterly terrifying in certain ways. The shaman who I work with had to spend a lot of time with me during one of those nights, because I was in a deeply fragile and emotionally disturbed state. I was being shown the negative entity that I had invited in through my own negative use of cannabis. I thought I was being shown that, and this is actually what it is. This is the thing that's dancing all over you and really in the process of drawing you down into the abyss. Confront it, deal with it. And I mean, boy, I really had a very grueling series of nights. So I'm absolutely apprehensive about going back and doing this again. I hope that I have integrated the lessons, that I have learned the lessons. I would be very grateful if Mother Ayahuasca gives me a gentler journey the next time. as I've had gentler journeys in the past, I would not like to be put through the mill again. I have actually made a change in my life, which is measurable, which is it's really there. It's real. It's a real thing. I've changed a fundamental area of my life, which I never believed that I would change.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
done.
that's cool.
I'll say this: like, I didn't know it was gonna be like a kind of like a sales pitch, kind of to do ayahuasca, and it kind of really wasn't that. But I didn't think he'd be going on about that. I thought he'd talk about more how the historical civilizations, like the Aztecs and the Mayans, or the Mayans and Aztecs, Incas, used it to definitely used it, and it obviously they had higher connections to the universe in a sense, and I think it is a vessel, ayahuasca or DMT, to another, basically maybe like an energy portal in a sense. I don't know exactly, but and he was saying that's because he had some bad trips, because he had some inner reality and truth that he had obviously probably in his own gut about smoking too much weed, and that's his, but not for me necessarily. I don't think, but for in his case, that came up to haunt him. Some of those demons came back, and just to remind him, what he's doing with smoking weed. But for not, I don't think for everybody. That's his situation. But yeah, definitely, you would want to not rush into it if you're interested in it. I didn't think it'd be like a sales pitch for it, though. I just wanted to hear his experience more than rather just like the generalization of the experience. More like what did he
I
feel?
didn't
What did
know
he
he.
see exactly?
I didn't know he went like he goes every 18 months. What he said of every year.
I don't know if he still does that, but I mean, maybe. I don't. How long ago was this video? This video was like 2 years ago, so I'm not sure. Maybe he still
I
does it
think
like that.
keep growing. Keep growing. Keep chasing things.
But I don't think I'd have a problem with a bad demon come around me for smoking weed. But maybe for him it happened. For me, smoking weed, it's like my spirit has accepted it, and I don't have any real negative things about the only negative things I would have would be like, I don't know, maybe just my history, like maybe sometimes not being as nice to people as I used to, or not connecting with old friends, things like that. Not smoking weed. Everybody has their own vice or their own
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think if when I'm gonna be more busy doing more, in my direction, then I will be smoking. I think less, maybe only at night. Uh, that I would say.
That's usually what I do. I don't
Yeah,
smoke until I get home from work, and on my 2 days off, I mean, I don't usually wake and bake, a rare occasion, but I usually like to get my shit done, and then early afternoon I'll spark it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, helps me kind of keep it, conserve, I guess, and also just can stay clear and focused 100% when I need to.
Yeah. There's out in the mountains or desert, either way you can find it. It's a plant, and my cousin, he's been using it since my uncle and my dad showed him what it was, and it's like you cut sticks. It's almost like a stick, but what you do, you chew it up really good and you smoke it like tobacco, and it's good. That's what the natives used to do. And so my cousin took over what my uncle and my dad taught him, and he's the only one that smokes it, but he has to go up to the mountains to get it and then bring it down. But yeah, I
Hmm.
forgot the name of it. But yeah, the weird.
It's not salvia, is it?
Maybe I'm not sure. I know that the
Probably
natives used
not.
to use it. My dad said.
Huh.
I don't know.
I will want. I know there's another plant, but there's the what's it called, the one masculine peyote,
Mm.
peyote and ayahuasca. But there's one more. Well, peyote is masculine based, also has
Isn't that a
DMT.
cactus?
Yes, same as San Pedro. San Pedro is more based in DMT.
I wonder
Same,
about those. I've never looked into it much.
yeah. You have San Pedro in South America. You have San Pedro, which is a cactus, and then you have the ayahuasca. And you had, I am curious if in Central America or in North America, I've searched, I didn't search Central America. I did look in Costa Rica, but there's no there. That's not really known. I think the
Hmm.
history has been lost on it. But there's another
Hmm.
plant which is called yopo. Yopo that
Nope.
also works as like ayahuasca.
Hmm.
Yopo.
Interesting. But I wonder if any of those ones you mentioned, do they have actual the DMT molecule? Because it's something we're born with, and also it's something that's in a few plants around the world. One of them is, I think, is the, as I if I remember correctly, the acacia tree. You can extract DMT, but and then yeah, like Graham Hancock was talking about, they found two plants out of millions of plants. I don't know how they did that, but it's an amazing thing. Some, somebody in the native tribes way back apparently was able to find the only two plants to put together with water and boil it to get DMT, and they call it ayahuasca. But
Mm.
the thing is, if you didn't have those two plants to put together, then it could possibly be fatal for anybody, any human to drink. But somehow they found the two ones to put together, and they were able to make it work right. You boil it up, and you're going to get DMT, and it's going to be safe to drink. Like they probably, I don't know. This is what we know pretty much, but it's like maybe peyote has some of that in it. Maybe not. Probably not. I don't think I would have heard about that, but I know there's a few plants that have DMT in it.
Yeah.
Y-
No, peyote is based in masculine,
Oh,
also
mescaline. That's what
psychedelic.
it's.
Do you know what's
Yeah.
good for? Do you know what's good for to clean your kidneys?
Um,
No.
ginger.
No, you get some horse. You know the hay that you feed the horses.
Yeah.
Make a tea out of it. No, make the tea out of it and
Horse
drink
hay
it.
tea.
Yep, it's good for your
Wow.
kidneys. Yeah, a
Really?
lot of my cousin, my tias use it. Yeah.
What's in the hay that is the benefit, right? Well, uh, I'm
Well,
not
it's
a.
it's natural. It's just because it's right or it's green, it's natural. If the horses
Hmm.
can eat it and they never get sick, you can use it too. But see, that goes as a native. Everything that I'm saying is native culture type. As
Hmm.
they taught us, down generation to generation. But
Yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, it's yeah.
Hey, we got
Cool,
good day.
cool.
Good day.
Thank
Good
you,
evening.
Jay.
It's
Hey,
been a
hi,
while.
good
Yeah.
day. Oh yeah, Bamboo. I have small. It's not long. 4 minutes. A video
Yeah,
game.
yeah. As long as it's cool with cats, I mean,
Yeah, I'm
no
fine.
problem.
Yeah. Well, it's called the
Cool.
psychedelic experience
In the
because we're
main
talking
chat
about
or a private chat?
in the main chat, the
All right.
YouTube chat.
Give me a second. I'll be right there. Be right there.
Yeah, this is very because we're talking about it. So
Mhm. That's why in those days the natives never hardly got sick, and because they used a lot of plants, they knew what they were doing. But the reason they got the plants is by the guide of grandfather. He guide them where to get what they need,
yeah,
Yeah, they
and
used
that's
nature
yep.
as their medicine, and they respected it. They gave
Mhm.
back to it, and it gave back to them. You know.
Yeah.
The source is always with us, always guiding us.
Yep.
I'm seeing source number right now. Good. Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah. Let me know what y'all think of this video. It's a very interesting one. I don't know.
All right, getting that loaded up. Uno segundo.
If you ever, Jason and Casais, have you ever done magic mushroom?
Oh yeah.
No. No. What is it?
Mushrooms, shrooms.
Oh, I'm allergic to mushrooms.
Really?
No, but this is psychedelic mushroom. They're what's called the ingredient again? It's not DNT. It's not mescaline.
Psilocybin.
Yeah, psilocybin. Yes, psilocybin.
We call it psilocybin. It might be pronounced different other places, but psilocybin.
Yeah, psilocybin.
Good old shrooms. I've had some glorious times on the good old shrooms. All right. I'll be on. We'll play this one. It's the psychedelic experience.
Yeah, this one is not long.
4 minutes
Yes, the
35.
psychedelic
Okay.
experience.
Here we go.
What is
Thank
the
you,
psychedelic?
everybody. Thanks, Cass. Thanks, all.
You're welcome, Dan.
Jason and Alex, thank you all too. And everybody in chat. Blessings.
2, 1, 0.
What is the psychedelic experience? Aldous Huxley believed it was the fundamental craving of the human spirit, a desire to transcend the survival-biased filter of perception, just for a moment, and catch a glimpse of reality beyond the bars of our cognitive prison. The psychedelic experience does not require drugs. Religious history and spiritual tradition are built upon these sublime moments. Messiahs hear the voice of God after a 40-day fast. Holy men, having isolated themselves in a cave, suddenly emerge with visionary truth. But to indulge in a 40-day fast to reach this heightened state is like burning your house down to bake a loaf of bread. 1 hour in a saltwater isolation tank quiets the noise of sensation until awareness becomes the mirror that reveals you to yourself. A single session of holotropic breathing restricts our mental chatter long enough to plunge you into the zero state of visionary inspiration. Then there are the earth movers, the plant medicines at the core of many religious sacraments, which according to Graham Hancock, were integral to inspiring the earliest known art in caves throughout Europe. These plants are technologies. In a recent placebo-controlled study, 18 healthy adults were given psilocybin, the active ingredient in magic mushrooms. 94% of those who received the drug said the experiment was one of their top 5 most positive experiences. 40% said it was the single most meaningful experience of their life. Ayahuasca, long called the master medicine by the healers of the rainforest, offers an experience with the most visually powerful and mysterious of all molecules endogenous to life, dimethyltryptamine. Iboga, the root of an African shrub, confronts you with the voice of your own inner truth for 24 waking hours, and is being used to treat heroin addiction with relapse rates reported at a shockingly low 7%. Why doesn't the world embrace these technologies? Terence McKenna has an answer. It takes courage to take psychedelics. Real courage. Your stomach clenches, your palms grow damp because you know this is real. This is going to work. Not in 12 years, not in 20 years, but in an hour. What can the psychedelic experience be? The cloth that wipes clean our lens of perception. The compass that points true north to our life calling. the lantern in the catacombs of our subconscious, the sword stroke that unfetters the muse, the sunlight that dispels the shadows of our past, or simply a respite of eternity from the fast-flowing river of time. I've been to the other side and stared unflinching into the eyes of my eternal soul, seeing a matrix of 1,000 possible destinies. I've witnessed the span of our current universe contained in an unceasing heartbeat, each world a single blood cell, and each contraction a new existence for life itself. I've learned of humility on the back of a dragon, felt the terminal extreme of heaven and hell in the marrow of my bones, died and been reborn anew. What will your psychedelic experience be? Courage to walk.
Yeah, that was it.
You ever have that moment in the mirror where you're staring back at yourself and you start wondering, oh, how in the
Hey,
hell did
Bamboo,
I
you
get
there?
here? Yeah, me too. Look, the last couple of years, man, they've been wild, haven't they?
Bamboo.
Goalpost always.
Oh yeah.
Hey, cool video. Cool video.
You know,
Interesting.
yeah, that's called the
Thank you.
psychedelic experience. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Thanks, Katsai.
Yeah, I've done shrooms a few times. It's been a while. It's been like 10. Heck, it's been almost 15 years since I had done little shrooms. But man, the last time I did it was so fun. So fun.
I'm pretty sure when I come to the US, I'm gonna do the shrooms there. I want to try out the magic mushrooms there.
And I was just thinking about, I gotta talk to some of my friends, see if they know anybody who has any, because I haven't bought any of those, or it's been so long since I've had some, so I have no idea where it's at. But make a couple calls, I could probably get some.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that was it actually. How long we were? Oh, we were past 3 hours. Damn, time flies.
What's that?
Oh.
Oh yeah. And that's it. Huh? You guys are shooting for 3 hours. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think Alex hasn't slept, he said, right, Alex?
I had a long day today. No, I didn't sleep as I wanted to. No.
Not last night? You didn't sleep last night?
No, I didn't. Well, no, you can say no. I only slept like maybe 3 hours, and I was waking up. And yeah, so yeah, I mean, I didn't sleep good. So
Yeah. Yeah, Amber, it makes you think of that sometimes.
Jason's too quiet. Don't know why.
Jason, you did?
Yeah, I'm here. We're getting zapped here pretty good.
Really?
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can maybe. Yeah.
Well, it's been a good one. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Maybe we can do it next Sunday. Everybody bring something.
Yeah, I'll probably be around.
I'm gonna go through all my that I saved in my email, and then I have some in history that I saved and put them together. I have a lot of info. Yeah.
Just like regarding the general stuff we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot.
Well, I'll try to find some stuff, some other clips and videos
Okay.
related to what we were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Cass. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Alex. Everybody in chat.
Thanks,
Peace and
everybody.
blessings. Yeah. Appreciate it. Man. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Be safe. Have a good week.
Thanks,
Bless up.
Alex.
You're welcome.
Jason,
Peace.
Cat Science, thanks for the stream. Yes. was
Mhm.
awesome. And yeah, the next week we all bring something, talk about
Yeah.
different what, just dive
Yeah.
into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
Yep.
it's
We'll
all good.
put a lot of stuff together that will hopefully connect to everything that we talked so far. So,
Yes, it's
but
gonna
I'll
be
go
good.
through all my savings, my history, my emails, because I always send them to my email, so I won't lose them and put them into a file. I gotta go through it.
Well,
So,
now what? That's you have
mm,
to do then. Do some
yeah,
research, digging. That's
I
gonna come
will.
good.
Yeah, it
Uh,
will. All right. Thanks, Alex. Jason.
you're welcome. Have a good
Thanks,
night,
everybody,
everybody.
for coming. Those that left. But anyways, thanks, everyone. I'm getting Zach again. All right. I'm heading out. Jay. Okay. Good night, everyone.